Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. I'm also turning the music down slightly because it looks like it was far louder than I meant for it to be. So welcome, guys. We are playing a different type of game. We don't even know what it's called right now, but with me tonight, starting with the guy to my right, talk to him, Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole, and today I will be playing not your resident sad boy, but I will be playing Harry, the what is it? The mystical detective who never says die.
All right, Izzy.
Yeah, I did that.
Alright, I am Izzy, obviously, and I am playing Yanazin, the strong-willed soldier who slays monsters.
Yeah, Jacqueline.
Hi, guys. I'm Jacqueline, and tonight I'm playing Jericho, the appealing lawyer who sees beyond.
Up next. Jeff.
So my name's Jeff, and I'm going to be playing Lars, the clumsy lab assistant who exists in two places at once.
Alright guys, I'm Mars, and I'll be playing, Mike, and I'm just a little bit of a weird IT professional, but what IT guy isn't weird? I mean, howling at the moon isn't that weird, is it?
So welcome, everybody, welcome. If you guys have not picked up on it, we are playing the Cypher system today. It is a new adventure for all of us, and we are taking liberties with it. So if you're a diehard Cypher fan, one, I didn't know you existed, and two, be kind. There is that. Now, tonight, we are normally on Tuesday nights. Cole runs Storm King's Thunder. Unfortunately, we couldn't have everybody here tonight, so me, Jacqueline, and Cole were usually on that game. On Thursdays, we have a couple of other players with us that are regulars on the channel. But tonight, since we had the night off, we're doing a giveaway. It is for your choice of... Oh, don't look at my face. Look at the pen. There you go. That's the camera. Ooh, face. It wants to see the face. But we're not talking about the face. We're talking about the pen. Look at the pen. Look at the pen. I got a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger for you to see the pen. There's the first one.
Good looking pen.
Yeah, and it is Morphin Time Dungeon Mistress.
Cute.
And they come in the Pride variant. It's Morphin Time.
Very cute.
There's a Master and a Mistress version. Whoosh. There you go. Yep. So, if you would like a chance to win those, you have many options. The way you do it is follow us. You follow us on all sorts of fun things. We have, let me see, here on Twitch, you can follow us on Twitch. We also have a Twitter. All of these links should be going up into the chat, but I'll tell them out. Also, we have an Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and YouTube, and Patreon.
Ooh.
I had more on my list, but thank you for yelling at me. It soothes the nerves. So, well, I'm teasing you. Thank you. Yeah, we do have a TikTok. It's a lot of fun. We've been putting some dice stuff up on there, pins and regular TikToks. Those have been a blast. Also, the YouTube page where a lot of our shows go up. After that, Twitch does still have some exclusive VODs that we do. We also have the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook, and the Patreon, where we've put up advanced access for some of Mars's D&D 5e subclasses. Some homebrewed subclasses. So the first one up was the Plague Lord. We should have another one coming out this week, I believe. We're also doing a drive on our Patreon. When we get to 30 patrons, we'll be doing a full body color art piece with no background from the wonderful Kez, who plays with us certain nights of the week. So real quick, schedule-wise, tonight we're doing this. Tomorrow night we are doing Call of Cthulhu run by Megan. Thursday night we are headed to Wildmount. Friday night is Dragon Age. Saturday night is midnight at 9 o'clock, 8:30. Not midnight. It's the name of the setting. I think that's everything. Did I forget something?
No.
All right. Cool. I don't know. Is there anything you guys would like to mention or plug or bring up if you got any projects going on? Now's your chance to share them.
I am so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. We're excited to have you.
No, I mean it. That's what I want to share. I'm so excited to be here. I got to game with you guys 2 or 3 times. I believe it was a million years ago, and I'm just glad to be back. All it took was a quarantine. I'm glad to be back.
Well, playing remotely has given us a lot of chances to play with some old friends that, scheduling wise, making the drive and all of those sort of things. So it's something we're not going to do forever, but we're happy to take advantage of while we can. So
I love it.
Yeah. All right. How does this begin? Well, I guess, like most stories, it should begin at the beginning. But that was a very, very long time ago. So we're going to jump ahead to the middle. Maybe the end. Maybe the middle of the end. We're going to figure it out. It is the year of our Lord, 2020. It has been a rough year. It has been a rough day, week, month. And you want to think that nobody told you it was going to be this way, but then you remember the second verse of that song, and your mother said that there would be days like this. But you did better than the people that wrote the song. You remembered. Well done. Of late, within the past few years, each of you has begun to experience some strange things. It is beyond the normal sort of strange, and it started as the sort of strange that you had to convince yourself was merely an act of your mind filling in blanks, or perhaps an overactive imagination. Maybe you drank just a little too much last night, or there is always the chance that somebody roofied you, right? You're roofieable. You deserve that as much as anybody ever deserves it, which is never. But you couldn't quite figure out how or why these things had started to happen to you. Some of you have done different research into things, but you've begun writing down or keeping a journal or a vlog or some sort of private account that keeps a small ledger what you've been experiencing. We'll start up top. We'll start with Harry. When did you first start to suspect that things were weirder than you thought they would be?
I probably started realizing that things were off in like early high school. Early like the transition between like middle school and high school. You know, it's a very rough time for a lot of kids.
Sure, absolutely.
And then things just started kind of happening. Everyone else was getting cell phones, and I couldn't get mine to keep working. I went through like 3 of them when I was in over the course of freshman year, just because they'd randomly like burst into flames or sparks, or one of them even turned into a frog once. That was weird.
They didn't cover that with the Apple Care, did they?
Yeah.
No, they did not.
No.
They did not.
They don't cover that with Apple Care. That doesn't cover frogging.
Yeah.
How old is Harry?
Harry's probably in his like early 30s. He looks a bit drawn, worn out, jaded. He's also really tall.
Okay. Good to know. Harry's a detective. Ever work for the police force or just purely private eye work?
He's worked with the police occasionally. He's got a contact. He's got a contact inside the police force that throws him some work every now and again.
Mm-hmm. What's Harry's reputation with that police force?
That he's a charlatan.
Mm-hmm.
That he's making most of this stuff up, except for his like one friend who's like, "Look, man, stuff is crazy. So we need you to look into it."
And that's usually what Harry does, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he looks into it. He gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always pretty. It's actually very rarely pretty, but he gets the job done.
Well, Harry recently has been working on a case. And it is a case that simple missing persons didn't seem to be something that should be up Harry's particular aisle. But as cases with Harry often do, began to sort of spin and spiral and twist in ways he had not really expected. And he began to hear whispers of an organization, or at least of an acronym of FAW. Ball. Doesn't really make sense, and doing a bit of research into a variety of groups and things doesn't really catch on until he has a small break, local nightclub that had recently been getting tagged with a FAW sort of symbol, sort of a sword written with the W making these sort of weird wings out of it. And when Harry goes to check it out, does Harry leave any notes or information with anybody before he goes?
Probably not. He probably keeps that stuff kind of close to the chest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, doesn't want anyone possibly catching on to his tail or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Could be dangerous. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harry, as you're checking out this bit of graffiti, you do get the sense that there is something odd, something dangerous about it. And I'd like you to make me an intellect test, difficulty 3.
So
you need to show a 9 or a better on the dice. If you would like to apply effort, your first level of effort costs 3 points. Your second level of effort costs an additional 2, minus any edge that you have.
So I rolled I wound up rolling a 9 exactly.
Mm-hmm. So that beats it.
Yeah. Okay.
As you are feeling it, you do feel sort of the occult eldritch magic that is kind of pouring off of it. It's one you're not familiar with. It's not anything that you have experienced before. And in that moment, your ears sort of begin to ring as the crackle of what would appear to be maybe the hiss of the spray can or the drying of the paint, a little bit of bubbling. And when it makes a final pop, you feel a sharp pain strike the back of your head, and you go unconscious. We're going to call this a GM intrusion, so you get to have 1 point of experience. You can use that to make your own player intrusions later on. You also get a point you can give to anybody else. I'm going to say, normally you have to do it right away, but since you're the only person that's spoken in character so far, I'm going to let you hold on to it. And in a few minutes, we're going to let you dole those out. Okay? Yennison. What was your first experience with, well, you call them monsters, and I don't know that anybody else in your, well, how many other people do you think have ever believed you that they were, in fact, monsters?
Based in my experience, not many.
Not many. When was
I
your...
have a few friends who've helped me acquire some books, but that's about it.
When was that first experience?
Back in Oklahoma, went camping with a few friends of mine. We were 16, 17, just typical camping trip.
Yeah.
Came across something that wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain it was a Wendigo, but everybody else was saying it was a bear, and it tore through the camp, killed the majority of my friends. The rest of us fled.
Yeah.
And I've sworn to make sure no one else will have that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So much so you became a soldier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
When did you serve?
Just for a little bit, 2008 to 2015.
Okay, sounds like what, 2 tours, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Have any experiences with monstrosities abroad?
Not that aren't of the human variety.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. After you got out, you've been doing a variety of odd jobs, and you have your personal quest, obsession, goal, if lack of a better term. Was there anybody in the military that you ever felt close enough to or confident enough sharing these outlandish experiences with? Somebody that maybe offered you a friendly ear, or somebody that could help explain things, or maybe just listened and believed you a little more than other people?
Yeah, there was Sean Shepard. His family came from odd stock, as most of society would call them. They're a family that claimed they were psychics, wizards, witches, warlocks, whatever they call themselves. Makes no matter to me.
Right. Absolutely. So Sean stayed in the military. You guys always joke about whether he's gonna be a lifer, right? He's getting into officer training and gets a little more control over his schedule. He's working in a camp in Virginia. A couple of weeks ago, you got a letter, an actual letter, not an email, not anything else, but something that was like a sealed, you had to sign for it package, document delivered to you, and it was from Sean, handwritten, which you recognize because you could barely read it. Sean couldn't write for shit. Explaining that he's noticing a lot of odd behavior up on the base, and that some of the new recruits are disappearing, falling sick, people getting discharged without proper paperwork, and he's hoping that you'll come up and give him a fresh set of eyes. Something about it just reminds him of the type of stories that you would tell. So you live a little bit of a vagabond lifestyle, if I'm not mistaken. You jump in your truck and you figure a day or so driving. Yeah, not so bad. And you're driving at night. You're on the way there when this thick fog sort of rolls in. And you consider pulling off on the side of the road, but for some reason, the idea of stopping in the middle of it just makes your skin crawl all the more. So you keep driving carefully. You don't want to run into anybody, and even with the high beams and the hazards on, you don't have a lot of visibility. And as you're watching, I'd like you to make me a speed test. Now, I believe you are trained in driving, so that is going to ease this test from from what would be a 5 to a 4. So that is a 12 or higher on the dice. You can apply speed points if you would like. I don't know if you have any speed edge, but it's 3 for the first bit of effort. So
I think I'll save everything for now.
Okay, go for it. So roll me that die.
14.
14. So you do pass. Nicely done with a little bit of points extra. You slam on the brakes and the car starts to skid, almost like a hydroplane. You think the road's probably just wet enough with that thin layer of fog over the top of it. But you pump the brakes, you veer back and forth, you get the car under control just in time. You stop before what you recognize as a black van that is just sort of parked in the middle of the road, no lights on, and you're there, you're catching your breath, your adrenaline is running, and suddenly you hear the squeal of tires, not tires breaking, but of tires accelerating, rolling on the wet pavement, and the metal of your truck begins to crash. You feel the airbag impact your face, and everything goes black. You are going to take a point of experience for this GM intrusion as well. You have another one to give to another player. You can hold on to that for now. So you should have 2. And we're going to look over at Jericho. Oh, I'm sorry, Yenison. How old is Yenison?
Yenison is 35, 36. He doesn't like telling people his actual age.
Okay, so he actually volunteered a little later, not right after high school. He did something else for a couple of years, and then
studied up,
joined up. Yeah, nice, good way to go about it. Okay, good to know. Jericho, how long have you been? How long ago did you pass the bar?
She is young, so she actually did all of this at an extraordinarily young age, including graduating college, and so I would say, she's only been at her firm for about 5 years.
So probably so about 5 years ago.
See. So probably 7 years ago, I would imagine she took that exam.
So that puts her at about, what, 26, 27?
Younger. She took that when she was about 23 years old.
So she took the bar at 23. And joined. So yeah. So young for a lawyer. And now she is, how old is she now?
I would imagine, so if she's about 23, she's still in her 20s, so I would say late 20s, probably
late
now,
20s?
just almost crusting 30. Yeah, like, so okay. 29, let's say.
29, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What type of firm do you work for? Criminal defense, corporate law, environmental law?
Corporate law.
Corporate law. That's where the money is.
Yes, corporate.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, so she is a lawyer for lawyers.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Everyone's going,
So you make all the friends.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I gave you an ability that says inspire aggression.
The what?
I'm pretty sure I gave you an ability that says inspire aggression.
Yes, you did.
Good. Okay. Wanted to make sure I was on point here.
I am very excited about it.
I can tell. So Jericho sounds like quite the city girl, if I'm not mistaken. Where
yes.
Where does she practice? DC, Chicago, New York? I mean,
she is in the heart of DC. She wanted to be where she thought the most could possibly happen. And at the time, it seemed like the most interesting things were happening in the political hub
absolutely.
Of our fair nation.
Any political aspirations herself?
She is an opportunist at its best.
Sure.
So a consistent climber. So she's not saying no to anything.
In the past couple of years, you have had plenty of odd cases defending politicians or helping lawyers defend terrible politicians. So, you know, there's always a fine line of, as counsel to the council, I must recommend you not say anything as your client perjures themselves. Well done. That's that's not my job. That's somebody else's. But for you, cut a deal now.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think you have an impressive win record.
Best offer they're going to give you.
Absolutely. In handling those very touchy situations, you've been brought in and been privy to details of some of the more interesting cases. Instances of staffers and lawyers attempting to cover a number of what would have been odd behaviors during any point in time. And you expected a fair bit of that, right? Mistresses and, and love childs and vegans eating beef and conservatives paying their staffers. So it all seemed fairly normal to you. Yeah. But then there came sort of this string of cases. You handled them all within about a 6-month period. The past 6 months or so. And the past month or two of quarantine has been able to afford you a little more freedom of movement. Even as things have been shut down, you are still essential. The law does go on. But it's instances of congressmen, senators, and lobbyists whose behavior becomes erratic, dangerous, volatile, to say the least. And these are, while unprecedented times for what does and does not qualify as a scandal, you're fairly certain that some of the more red-laden events would be questionable.
Yeah.
The first one was probably an early chance for Jericho to wonder if she has a conscience or not. But she's gotten in too deep now. However, the pattern, you've always been good at finding patterns. Always been good at finding people too. The pattern sort of begins to emerge. And you recognize that there are, usually these are associated with meetings taken with a pharmaceutical company that is known to splash around a lot of money as far as political clout goes, gives to all sides, every sides, and takes a fair number of meetings. Doesn't lobby the way other pharmaceutical companies usually lobby. They don't ask for a lot of looser restrictions on laws or cutbacks as far as taxes goes or loopholes. Usually it just has to do with very specific yearly meetings. And you've done a little digging, and you realize that the office of the office that owns this pharmaceutical company, whose base of operations, their headquarters, where their labs should be, according to your private detective friend, is empty. And so you travel to one of those nearby office buildings, and as you are beginning to make your way to the office, you're looking at the board, right? And it is the incorporated conglomerate of Fall and Wake.
Fall and Wake.
Yeah. Couldn't find much about them. Most of their holdings are offshore. But they have said that they will take a meeting with you. And you're scheduled to go into that meeting. Is there anything you would have done in preparation for that?
I won't lie. I mean, she is very organized.
Yeah.
And as far as scheduling goes, that's normally not a secret. She does have an assistant.
Okay.
So there is probably someone that would know about that meeting. For sure. So I'm not going to say no one knows. Yeah, but she would have definitely gone by herself. She's looked up this, and you said there's a lot of stuff like...
Seems to primarily be offshore accounts. They have holdings in every state. They own a lot of shell companies. Shell companies don't seem to do much. The pharmaceutical company that they own is something very generic, drug tech, right? It's sounds like every other. It's not Pfizer, but it's every other drug company that you've taken a meeting with,
right?
You know,
right? No, if this, she's very much a gut instinct person, and if this is so far the information is lining up to be pretty standard, she will let her assistant know that she'll be out and not to bother her, and she should be back in a couple of hours. Outside of that, she'll go in fairly confident.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lovely reception hall. The security doesn't seem to be high. There's one weird, not weird, but one rent-a-cop on the marble lobby. There's
gotta have it.
Yeah. He comes with the building. They tried to say no, and they were like, "No, Bob lives here. He has to be here." So there's Bob.
We can't get him to leave.
No, we tried. But here is where we are. You find the board, right? You find the floor of Fall and Wake. It is. It is on the 26th floor. the receptionist there. You sign in, standard procedure. Who are you seeing? Meeting times. All that's written down. You go to the elevator bank. You step in one of them, and you begin to go up.
Okay.
I would like you to make me a intelligence test.
Okay.
Of 4. If you have something on investigation or noticing or something along those lines, I will accept that. I
believe all I have is it's so intelligence. No, my skills are social insight, so I don't.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I have. It's more person to person.
Yep.
All right. So I'll go ahead and roll my d20. What can I add to it, Cody,
So,
if I want to?
If you want to, you can pay 3 points from your intellect pool, and that will ease the test from a 12 to a 9. And if you wanted to ease it a step further, do you have edge in intellect?
I do. I have 1.
So it actually would only cost you 2 points to edge it, to apply effort, reduce it by 3. And I think your effort is 2. You can technically apply 4 points of your intellect and reduce the task by 6, from a 12 to a 6.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. So go ahead and check off. Your pool stays the same, but it's sort of, your pools also serve as like your damage. So when all of your pools are at 0, that is when you are like unconscious and dying.
Got it. And that's 4 I'm taking away?
Yep. Cost you 4.
Cool. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to try it. And it's a good thing I did, because I rolled an 11.
Nice. Okay. So 6 and better, you do notice. And what you notice is that there's something odd about the way the elevator's moving. You have been in 1,000 different elevators. You have been in elevators that go...
Not to brag.
Right. You are elevator queen at this point. You have been in elevators that go fast. You have been in elevators that go slow. You have been in elevators that have broken. You have been in all sorts of elevators. In this moment, the elevator is moving slower than the floor it's showing. And you start to sort of, you're paying attention, you start to count. You can sort of tell between the little slit of the elevator door, kind of just that hint of light or what have you, that gives you a good indication of how many floors you have passed.
Yeah.
And then the elevator stops. You look up and it says 26th floor. By your calculation, you're probably somewhere around the 13th. Most buildings don't have a 13th floor. We just number 14, 13. We know what you are. Don't lie to us.
Sure, exactly. Like, right? Okay, sure, it's not. Yeah.
People on the 14th floor, we know where you are. And the doors begin to open. The lobby is black marble, and it does look luxurious. It also looks very dim. The slight reflections of light sort of bounce off of the floor, and you can tell that there is something down around to your left. You kind of look out, and the elevator banks that are there, there is only one elevator that seems to stop on this floor. Guess you're lucky that you made it here. You want to step out, or do you want to stick in the elevator?
She absolutely steps out.
Okay.
Yeah, immediately, and takes a quick look around, and even if she does not see anyone, she will say out loud, "Well, I'm here to speak to somebody, so somebody better get here quick."
The doors of the elevator are closing behind you. You can try to stop them before they fully close. Would you like to? Or you can disappear for a moment. We accept that too. That is...
That's her leaping back, trying to get into the elevator before it closes.
That was terrifying.
Welcome back. You froze. Are you okay? Are you alive? She's not.
That's... Cody, you literally scared her stiff. Apparently.
She decided to stealth so hard she vanished from existence.
She just yeeted herself back into the elevator. I'm out.
Jericho decided they were having no adventure tonight. They are going home. They are rethinking their life.
I've seen enough horror movies to know where this is going.
Oh no. Oh.
I think she's gonna have to sort things out in her end.
Yeah. We'll let her know if you need to. Hold on. Oh. Where'd it go? Can somebody let me message her to tell her she can try leaving the call and coming back.
Yeah, I'll do that. Or unless you're about to go to me, in which case I won't do that.
Am I back?
Yes.
So far, so good.
Okay.
That was terrifying. That was a very scary time to go out. I just want to say. I was like, what's happening? And I literally looked behind me. I was like, what is happening? I get so scared.
Okay.
I was like, what have I invited into my home? I take it all back.
Because you can see your own background.
Yeah.
But then you turn around and there's actually something there.
Yes.
Vampires, man.
Sorry. I'm happy to be back. I feel safe. I apologize. That was terrifying.
It's okay.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. So, I guess you try to stop the elevator. You don't, because that all just happened. And in the darkness of this black marbled hallway, you feel a sharp needle sort of stick into your neck. And
not this again.
Again. We're going to call this a GM intrusion. You have 2 experience points, and you do black out.
Love
welcome to the life.
Yeah. So sorry, my friends. We're gonna go to Mike next. We are going to pause on Jeff. What is your character's name? Lars. We're gonna pause on Lars. We're gonna skip to Mike. Mike, how long have you been in IT?
I mean, I've been doing this a lot when I was younger. I mean, yeah, VCRs break and people. I mean, just because I figured out how to change that 12 o'clock to actually give the right time because I can read instructions. I mean, I've been doing this a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've gone past VCRs at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I mean VCRs, no problem. I mean, who the hell even uses those anymore? I mean, anyways, working mostly server rooms because servers are nice, and all that white noise. That white noise is so nice. A little lonely.
What is your proudest coding achievement? Do you code, or are you more of a technical support staff?
Oh no! The coding? No, that makes no sense to me. I mean, I forgot a semicolon once, and oh man, that was bad.
Sure,
that was really bad.
Sounds good. What company do you currently work for?
Oh, there's this company that, I mean, they do a lot of telecommunication stuff and mostly like a lot of phone systems. I mean, we do a lot of stuff with Cisco, Avaya, 3CX. I mean, we're mostly kind of like a hub for them. So a lot of the servers that they use, they connect to us, and I kind of help maintain the servers and make sure it's not really spaghetti, although spaghetti does sound good right about now. So I just try to keep it clean.
And how old were you the first time you blacked out?
Oh, I think I was drinking a lot that night. I mean, it was college. I was like freshman year. It was like a frat party.
Yeah.
So I'm probably like 18.
Mm-hmm. But then it happened again later, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it happens a lot. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking all the time. I mean, I do drink a lot, but well, I do drink by myself a lot too. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Does that make me an alcoholic? But I kind of do go overboard and I black out.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Where do you think is the strangest place you've woken up?
Well, some of the other guys from work, they kind of felt bad for me because we had to shut everything down one day, and it took like a few hours to get everything down. So they wanted to take me out for drinks, and there was some like little hole in the wall bar we all went to. But yeah, I don't know. I think like 5 beers later, and then just kind of blacked out and woke up, and there was like this dumpster and a mannequin. I don't know. It's like heard somebody yelling about where the hell's my tutu. So there was a lot of weird things going on. So, I mean, it was the same city at least. I just didn't know what part of town I was in.
And you have ended up in some different cities, haven't you?
Yeah, I
Once in a
don't want
while.
to talk. I don't want to talk about the New York trip.
Right. Well, seems about once a year, doesn't it? Once a year that you black out and wake up in a different city.
Yeah, although at least I don't know like where the frequent flyer miles are going. I mean, I wish I kind of knew because I could be saving up a lot and.
Well, yeah, but never want to lose those frequent flyer miles. Mike, you have a very distinctive look. You're just a little bit of a weird guy. What is that distinctive look? It puts off the quote-unquote the normies, but in IT, usually you're back in your server room all by yourself. But are they tattoos? Are they piercings? What is it that people usually look at and go, ah, that's Mike?
Oh, well, I mean, find me an IT guy who doesn't have a beard, but a lot of times, so I like to kind of braid the beard up, and it is a little bushier than it really should be. Some guys even kind of joke around saying it's more like fur than hair, but what do they know? They don't get to take care of this. And kind of like braiding into my hair and everything, but just a little. I guess I'm a little hairier than normal, and some of it is kind of blue. But, blue hair happens naturally. I've seen it happen naturally before.
Yeah, and you're saying it does. You don't dye your hair blue?
Nope. I don't use that stuff at all. Nope. All natural.
Mike, it's one of those mornings after we'll call it a light blackout. Maybe it's one of those evenings. And you are grooming that lustrous beard of yours. You got to keep it from being scraggly. You probably braid it. You got to oil it. There's some upkeep to a beard. Make me a challenge 3, so 9, intellect test. And if you have anything on investigation, you can ease the task.
I am trained in investigative skills, and I do have an edge in intellect.
Okay. If you would like to, edge applies if you would like to use effort. It's a 9 right now, and with your investigative skills, it eases it to a 6. So you need to show 6 or higher on the dice.
Oh, if I'm grooming the beard, it's probably like the daily routine, so I should be okay. That's a nat 1.
Okay.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
I'll bring the camera around just so you can see it.
Yay!
There she is. Yeah.
Bound to happen.
Yes.
You have 12 beards. No.
Yeah, this guy's going away for now.
Okay. So, Mike, yeah, you go through your normal routine. You work the third shift, don't you?
Oh yeah, no, I like the night shift. I mean, it's quiet, it's calm. I don't have to talk to people or worry about people.
Yeah.
I could just play Animal Crossing in the server room. Still gotta get Charlize kicked off the island.
Yeah. And so you are heading into work. It is evening time. It's part of your normal routine. You do have some emails. They happen about once a month, maybe more, about you disappearing or missing things, and so you're prepared to go in and have a solid night of work. You get into your server room, and for some reason something in your stomach just feels off. The room smells a little different. The cable bundlings look as though they've been disturbed. Maybe people were rewiring something, but there was no reason for that. You had everything right where it belonged. As you are going through, I'd like you to make a might test. It is a might test, level 6, so 18 or higher.
Oof. I do have edge in might, but I have no skills for might.
So you'd have to apply effort. You'd have to, so with effort up to 2, you could reduce it to a 12, but you would have to pay 4 points of might.
I will do that.
Okay, go for it.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
That's a 6 on the die.
6 on the die. So you begin to smell something, and you look towards the air conditioners. Server rooms are notoriously hot, and you have to keep them notoriously cold for them to continue to run properly. And you can see that drifting in from the vent is this thin white mist, and you think that might be what's causing the smell. And you start to go over there, and as you get there, you hear the door open, and you're about to turn and look, but before you can, whatever's in the air sort of sinks into your body, and your eyes flutter, and you feel yourself thump into the ground. So, yeah. You have an experience point for the GM intrusion, and another one to give to a friend. But in the meantime, let's go talk to Lars.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, sure, mate. What do you need to know? I'm an open book.
Lars, what do you do?
It's a good question. Also people ask me that.
Yeah.
So I work for the dock, and it's mostly just a lot of cleaning things and carrying some boxes around. You know,
Sure.
he likes to have a nice strapping young lad like me around. So just mostly helping him out.
Is it that kind of strapping young lad, Lars?
No, it ain't anything like that. Don't worry. I'm not even sure the doc has any of that in him, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
so.
sure. Yeah. What sort of work does Doc do, Lars? Do you know?
Yeah, you know, I've asked that myself a few times, and I do understand some of the things he's got going on in there, but not all of it. I would say that something about he says the word quantum a lot.
Right.
I'm sure it sounds real important.
Sure.
I mean, I do understand a lot of the notes that comes out over my desk. I've got a desk.
That's good.
I do, yeah. It's mostly my job to organize the papers, though. But I do understand a lot of those notes. Just I think it's just being around them a lot, you know, mate?
Yeah. Lars, how big are you?
But Well, my mum always said I didn't know my own size, but I would say about 6'3".
Yeah.
Jesus.
Pretty strong, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, not too bad. I'm probably bigger than stronger.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit. My mum always called me the bull in the china shop, you know.
Yeah.
But the doc's pretty much padded up anything that's too fragile.
Of course. You know, Doc lately has been taking a few more business trips. And
yeah, it's right.
He's been leaving you in charge of the office.
Yeah, he always says, what trouble can I get into myself on my own? So
Right, yeah. But for some reason today, it seems as though Doc is, well, you guys have talked about this. You're going to be going with him on this particular trip.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I sort of remember that.
You got your passport in order. You got everything you need. You're all packed up. You're there. You guys are going to get picked up at the office. As you get in the car, Doc is in the back seat. Very nice black SUV. There's a driver for you guys. That's nice. Never really had somebody be like a driver for you before. And it looks like you're headed toward the airport. Have you ever flown before, Lars?
Well, yeah, sure. So I was raised in Australia, but I was only there till I was about 9 or so, I think, 9.5 maybe. And we lived for a little bit of time in England, and then a small amount of time in Germany. My father kept relocating. I promise that all the moving around is what gives me this accent, not because I don't know how to do an accent. All right.
That's a good justification.
And right, yeah, exactly. So yeah, of course. So yeah, I've been in a plane.
Good. So when Doc asks you, Lars, I have a little bit of a fear of flying, so hope you don't mind. I'm going to have a constitutional, as we might have said back in another day and another age, but you're welcome to have one as well. Would you care for a little bit of a relaxer for the flight?
It's all right, Doc. Don't worry. I'll be just fine. I'll keep an eye out on you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Plus, if I'm knocked out, how am I going to talk to the neighbor on the plane? You know, so.
Oh, well, there's not. You'll see. Don't worry about it. You guys are loaded up into the plane, and it's actually a very small private jet.
Ooh.
There is.
Doc's my only neighbor.
Doc's your only neighbor. Yeah. there is there's a steward, a guy that is the flight crew's only 3. Helps load you and Doc's bags into the bag. Under a carriage.
It's all right, really. I got it. I carry around things all day. All right, never mind. You can take it. That's fine.
You guys get in the plane. You begin the taxiing, takeoff. There is it is very small, but it is a nice little plane. It's got you got your in-flight Wi-Fi. So you're sitting there watching a movie. What movie do you pick?
What's come out recently, I've been hearing about. I mean, the doc keeps me pretty busy, so
right.
It's I don't really get out a lot of time to get out. You know, I've always enjoyed myself a good superhero movie, and I have yet to see the most recent big the Endgame movie. So it's on there. I hear it's quite cheery ending.
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and watch it.
Yeah.
So smiley.
That's good.
Yeah, something that'll kind of give me that energy, you know?
Right. Absolutely. So you're watching the movie. You guys have been in the air for an hour. You're neck deep in time heist, as it were. And I would like you to make me a intelligence test of challenge rating 6. So level 6, DC of 18. And if you have something in investigation, you can ease it.
I do not.
Okay.
But I do have 2 edge, which means 1 ease only costs me 1 point.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct. And you can ease it twice for 3. Yep.
Which would bring it to a 12.
That would be correct. Yep.
Let's go all in.
Yeah.
And I do 2 more, and I can make it a 9, right?
You have a limit of effort of 2.
Okay, all right, so
effort,
12 it is.
12 it is. Your effort limit, I believe, is equal to your tier unless you have something that improves it.
No,
like an
okay,
extra
so, okay, cool.
capability. So.
Okay, cool. That's a big old no. It's a 10.
And you're watching the movie, and you think maybe it's the altitude, maybe your ears haven't popped. You start getting this sort of ringing in your ears and like a little bit of like a pressure across your brow and this headache that is starting to happen. And as you're watching the movie, you find yourself sort of blinking and nodding at odd intervals. And you kind of look around and see if you can find an opportunity to maybe get the steward to bring you like a soda or some form of beverage, ice chips. And as you look back over to him, you notice that he has on a very distinct large set of glasses.
He is the steward? Is that what you're talking about?
The steward.
Okay.
Yeah. Has on a very distinct large set of glasses. They have sort of a mirror in them, and it is in the mirror that you recognize something, this flashing light pattern, and you sort of zone out for a second before the world goes black, and you slump forward in your chair. We're going to give you 2 experience points for that GM intrusion.
Cody.
Yes.
What point in the movie did I fall asleep?
Important.
I'm going to say...
I just want to know where I've got to pick up afterward.
About the point where Ant-Man receives tacos from Bruce Banner.
Okay.
Just stop there.
Okay.
Don't come back to it. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
That's how the movie ends.
It's a movie about 2 friends and tacos.
2 friends eating tacos.
Yep.
And Cody, so I need to knock off these 3 points.
Yes.
3 points from my total pool, so my pool goes down.
Your pool remains the same, but think of them as like hit points, kind of. So I would leave the total in the bottom there, but just write.
You just mean the max stays the same. Gotcha.
The max stays the same. But
Gotcha. Okay.
You do lose those pools.
Yeah, okay, cool.
As you guys begin to rouse yourselves, Harry, Yannison, and Jericho, you guys had sort of done the best in your assessment of everything that was happening. You start to wake up and you find yourselves in a very cold, very clinical, and yet what some of you would easily recognize as very secure cells. Jericho, across the way from you, in the cell opposite of yours, about we're going to say the hallway between you guys is, let's say, 5 to 10 feet. Okay. Yannison, would you describe what you look like, and Jericho what you look like? So you guys are in cells opposite each other.
Jensen, do you want to go first?
Sure. Yannison is about 5'9", 5'10", bordering between the two of those. Native American Navajo man with very, very typically slick back hair. I don't know if he's had the time or the wherewithal to take care of his hair, given the recent circumstances. But very clean shaven, kind of golden tan skin from working outside. Little bit of punch, not much, but a little bit.
Jericho is rather short. It's the first. Oh, sorry, did I lose you guys again?
No, you're good.
Thanks. Can't really tell. My internet's being shoddy. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, Jericho is the first short character I think I've ever played. She is probably about 5'5", or just a very small frame. It does not perceive to be any muscle whatsoever on her body. And because of that kind of like thin frame, very pointed features. High cheekbones, sharp chin, aggressive looking for how small she is, and eyes that take up a rather large part of her face, almost like uncomfortable to look at if she stares at you for too long. Short hair that is very dark, jet black, kind of slicked back, almost in a masculine style, and she is wearing a perfectly tailored 3-piece suit with a matching coat. And as soon as she stands up, she is going to make sure everything is in place as best she can. Yes, Jeff, down in front.
What color is the suit?
Oh, thank you for asking, Jeff. It is fairly traditional. It's black and gray, very large window pane suit, double-breasted coat. And she is wearing a tie.
Is it a pantsuit or a skirt suit?
It's a pantsuit. Yeah, full pantsuit with matching trench, I should specify.
Wonderful.
Matching trench coat.
Absolutely.
Yes. Like a very traditional, like British style suit.
Okay. Yeah, lovely.
But
that sounds good. Yenneson, as you look, you see Jericho, and across the way on the side, you can also hear somebody else waking up, and you don't have a clear view of him, but you can kind of see a little bit of Harry. Harry, what do you look like?
So Harry is, like I said, in his early 30s. He's a really just tall, gangly person. He's about maybe 6'9", 6'10", just for what seems like absolutely no reason. He has brown hair and like scruff, like he hasn't shaved in like a week and a half, but like not to the point that like that he didn't want to, more like he just forgot, more than anything. He's also wearing he's wearing like just jeans and a t-shirt, but over that is like a really long black leather duster that like goes all the way to the ground. You can also see that he's got different kinds of he's got a couple rings on his fingers.
You are currently bereft of rings.
Okay, so I am bereft of rings.
Yep.
Is my pentacle still there too, or is that gone too?
Any jewelry that you had, any metal that you had, has been removed from each of you.
Oh, my brooch.
Is my blasting rod still there?
No, your blasting rod is not there.
Dang it! You just said metal, so yeah, he's yeah. So that's pretty much Harry then, because he also looks really tired, like he's been up for the past like 3 days, and as soon as he wakes up and notices that his pentacle is gone, he'll like start like panic. I'm like, oh no, what? Oh god, this is a nightmare.
Harry, as you look across the way, you can see Yenneson You know that there's somebody in the cell next to you. You'd have to like maybe strain across the bars to try to see them. Yennison, across from you on the other side of Jericho, you see rousing Mike, and we know that you have quite the beard. Mike, what else were the details about you?
All right. Well, Mike is he's kind of pushing about 6 feet tall, just big, bushy, naturally dark blue beard that does have some various braids and a couple like small little baubles, like ceramic little baubles and stuff, just beard decorations. But the blue does kind of go to the top of his head, like to his actual hair, but starts kind of fading back into normal, just very dark brown, almost black hair, and kind of long, slicked back, but just kind of pulled back into a loose tail. It's like parts of it braided also. Mostly wearing like some kind of not quite like work boots, but just really like insulated boots, mostly because working in the server room. Kind of like Dickies pants, like a button-down short sleeve shirt that it fits a little snug, but he's not like fat. Little bit of a belly, but also even his arms just hairy, just very hairy.
And across from
and he snores like a wildebeest.
Well, Mike, you have a hard time snoring because the collar that is currently on you has you sort of propped your neck in such a way that that you did not in fact snore. It's the first thing you notice when you wake up. It has this band, and you can feel two cool studs on the sides of it.
Oh man, that's kind of peaceful, but like, what the hell? What?
Across from you, Mike, as you start to wake up, there is a large Aussie who was just watching Endgame. What do you look like, Lars?
Yeah. So Lars is he's about 6'3", and he's not particularly muscly, or he's just a big boy. He's just built thick all around. But yeah, it's not particularly feminine like that. Since he was getting on a plane, all he would have been wearing at that time would have been jeans, and he likes single solid color T-shirts. They're simple. He likes that.
How very responsible.
Jacqueline, you're not going to ask me what color T-shirt?
I'll ask, what color T-shirt?
Thank you, blue. And so
I didn't hear it. It broke up. I'm sorry.
Perfect timing. And so he's wearing a solid color blue T-shirt. And aside from that, just very tan skin. You can see a few tattoos on his arms, nothing crazy. And short brown cropped hair.
What kind of blue? There we go. Is aqua? Is it more of a blue-green? Is it a traditional royal blue? Just so I
was going to go baby blue.
That's nice.
He's not opposed to pastels.
I like it. Team good boys?
Yennison and Jericho, in your particular cells, you do have a small window that does look out opposite of the interior gates. Sorry, other fellows, you guys lucked out. You do not have a gate. But now you guys can sort of see each other. You can kind of hear some people talking down the hallway. If you would like to try to hear what they're saying, you may make a level 3 intellect test. DC of 9.
Yeah. Let's give it a go. I'm not going to add anything to this. I'm just going to wing it and see if I can hear anything.
Go for it.
Oh, come on. That's a natural 14.
Okay. Anyone else attempting?
Are we all able to?
You're awake. Yes, you guys are all awake.
Oh, I wasn't.
Yes.
Sure.
I apologize.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That's okay. Do I have the same collar?
You do not. The only person that has a collar is Mike.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I'll also give the investigation a shot.
Yeah, go for it.
Aim.
I'll go ahead and let you, since you have investigation, you can ease it by 1 step for that. I'm just kind of using things in broad strokes here, so.
Oh yeah.
Right. So that goes from DC what to DC what now for me?
12 to 9? Or was
Okay,
it
cool,
9 to
so-
6? Let's go 9
I
to
think
6.
it was. I think it was a 9.
Yeah, it was a 9, so 9 to 6.
Okay, which is great because I rolled a 7 on the die.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. 2, 3 successes. Yennison, Harry, not trying.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. So Harry got it. Yennison?
Okay,
I'm
cool.
looking out the window trying to figure out where I am.
Nice. Okay, we'll get to you in just a moment, Yennison. So those of you that have paused and taken a moment to sort of listen in to what these people are saying is you hear one individual going, no, I understand. However, we do have a subject that we're currently testing. Now, it's as we've told you before, Doctor, there may be many opportunities for us to fund your research, but certain things that we require in response. And one of them, in this particular instance, must appear to be your lab assistant. I understand, but that's not really what we had agreed on. Lars, you do recognize the voice of your employer. There's a slight smirk in the person he's talking to. I have amended our arrangement. Pray I don't amend. And you hear the heavy footsteps of someone walking away, and the doctor goes,
Wait.
The line has changed. You changed the terms of the agreement. Don't change it. That's not how that... Oh, okay. And you sort of hear him after him. Yennison,
Hey, Doc, is that you? Come on, Doc, are you out there? Oi, my head's pounding like the neighbors upstairs.
Do you go to the bars?
Yeah, and like yell out for him.
You can't see him.
Just assuming that if I could hear him, maybe
Yeah,
I can yell back.
you're just trying to yell. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You yell after him. Yeah, you don't know if he hears you. You'd have to like press your face to the bars and try to look around the corner to see if he did hear you.
I'm gonna say I probably can't press my face through the bars.
Not through the bars, but you know that.
No, but I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
my big old meat.
Your
face,
big
I'm
old
not sure
meat,
I can.
meat chunk. Yeah. So
Me donk.
Yennison, you look out the window and it reminds you of you are clearly in what reminds you of like a part prison, part research facility. There is a yard. There's a number of fences around it. Barbed wire on the top and on the bottom. You can't see a gate or entrance. You think you're looking at like the side. About a kilometer past the gates, there's a forest. And you can see the top lines of the trees that extend into the horizon. It is not night, but doesn't really seem daytime either. Seems like the sun is trying to fight its way through a fog. And there is a low-lying sort of mist on the ground, and when it gets to the trees, it seems very thick, almost wall-like.
Ooh.
It's unsettling. Not something that you're familiar with. What would you guys like to do?
If I see, I heard the people talking, and I can see the man right across from me, and she's been in a couple of situations she would have rather not been. So she just looks across at Yenneson and is like, "Are you the person I'm supposed to have the meeting with, or?"
Lady, I don't know who the hell you are.
I'm here for an appointment. I suppose this is like a fun to do. Is this like an escape room thing? These are rather boring, and I get through them rather quickly.
Well, if you're so confident, figure out a way to get all of us out of here, because we need to go.
Oh, this is cute. Are you like an actor or something? Fun. Okay. Fun. Hello? Is there anyone else here? I can hear you.
Yeah, I hope you can hear us, but listen, can you be a little quieter? My head's really hurting.
Well, rather committed. Can I see anyone through like a little, like you said, there was a window that I could see out of?
So it's bars. You can see Yenneson.
Okay.
You can see Lars. The third cell next to Yenneson is empty currently.
Okay.
So you see Yenneson in front of you. To the left of Yenneson is Lars.
Okay,
and
well, I'll play along. Are we working as a team, or am I a team of one? You know, I can manage either way. Is someone supposed to give me a clue or something?
Listen, I'm sorry, lady, but I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm just as lost as you are, all right?
Okay. Very committed. And she's at this point, she thinks it's some sort of weird convention, and she's going to start looking around the cell if there's anything inside of the cell.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Okay.
I'm just going to let you roll it and see what you come up with.
I would love that. Here we go. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
that is a natural 15.
Natural 15. Okay.
Yes.
Everything in here is a couple of things you notice immediately. Everything in here is hard bolted with stripped bolts. So you're not going to, without a specialty tool, be able to unscrew like the bed, the sink, or the toilet. It is all. It also has a very medical bent, and it is sterile, and you can tell it gets like sterilized frequently. And you notice that there are potential straps on the bed for people to be strapped down to.
Huh.
You think if you were to put a little effort in, you might be able to undo some of those straps from the bed and kind of make like a belt, maybe.
Okay. I mean, again, thinking this is totally a game, she's going to start with that since that's the only inclination she has. And she'll try to do that. And she's like, do you guys work with Senator Murphy? He's into this kind of stuff. I figured this is kind of what this is. She's just trying to...
Sure, that's going to be a might test level 4.
Perfect. This is going to go so well. I'm going to add nothing to it.
Okay.
So, here I go. Strong. That's a 2.
Okay. Yeah, your heart's not in it. You get to the back and you're like, nah, it's not coming off. Like, I think mine's busted. Okay.
Looking for the camera, like, how embarrassing.
What are the rest of you guys up to?
Yeah, listen here, little lady. Don't worry. I'll make sure to get us out. All right, my brother. I'll be here in a minute. Don't worry. I don't have any equipment on me.
Not at the moment.
I look in my pockets for my nail clippers.
I will allow you to have your nail clippers.
Just asking. Okay. If you're looking, I guess Jericho might be the only one who can see me, but you see him fish out. He's still sitting on the ground. His head really hurts. He hasn't stood up yet. He's kind of pushed himself up against the bars.
Mike could see you. Mike would have Mike would have a better view of seeing you than
straight across from Mike, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All I'm doing is trying to fiddle with the collar and figure out what the hell.
Mm-hmm.
I reach into a pocket and I find that I have a set of a nail clipper still, and I clip one of my nails. I have very long nails, like for I guess for a guy, they just look unclipped for a while. And he clips the nail and he reaches out through the bar, and he sets down the nail clipping outside, and then he brings his hand back and he goes, "Don't worry, my brother will be here in a minute and he'll help us out." And as he's saying that, you see the nail like wiggle and then wiggle a bit more, and then it seems to maybe be a little bigger, and then it kind of looks like a bit of flesh is on the nail, and then you see a toe on the nail, and the nail is now the whole nail size for a toe, and then a foot, and then a heel, and then a leg, and then you see it build up into a completely naked human that does not look like Lars. And as a matter of fact, it kind of looks like the opposite of Lars. It's a very thin, frail, smaller type man who just turns and looks at Lars in the bars, and goes, "Oh, what have you gotten yourself into now? Oh, come on, just figure a way to get me out of here. This is not really the way I'm used to seeing you. Come on, just help us out here. What can my brother see?"
Okay. So, down the hallway, it terminates to, he's looking at you to the left, to the right, which would go past Harry. He can see that there is a T about, I don't know, 30 feet away, 100 feet, 60 feet, something, a distance away. And it looks like that is, he can see sort of around the corner is where Doc had gone. However, he does see that at the end of that hallway, there is a security office that is watching down the hall. And he can see that it does have these sort of cameras that are in the hall. And he sees the security guard that is back there. Can't hear him, but he looks to be surprised and agitated. And
through a window in the door.
Yeah. No, it's so he doesn't see the door. It's just a window, sort of a.
What?
I almost spilled that. That's why I had a moment. So.
Get him, caught him.
Yeah, so the door you suspect is just around the corner, but he's just looking at a low wall with a large window, a security office, and this guy has cameras, but he also has like a line of sight down the hall.
So he's looking at poor naked brother.
He's looking at your poor naked brother. Yeah, and your poor naked brother now sees the man looking at him.
Well, there's someone down there. Aren't you worried? What do you mean I'm not worried? Come on, just figure it out. Well, give me your shirt at least first. No, come on. And they just start, they're like bickering.
Yeah.
They're just like,
you guys start to hear, Harry, you don't. And the rest of you do start to hear a hum. But you haven't quite identified. Actually, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you know the hum of electricity running through metal pretty clearly.
Uh-oh. So I'm going to get on the bed where it's a little more away
Insulated?
from metal.
Okay.
Yeah. While still fiddling with the collar, just, no, I've been shocked so many times, no.
Okay.
Wait, is this a shock collar?
You do believe it is a shock collar, yes.
Boy. Oh, no.
Some guards.
well, then run the other way, all right? Come on, just figure a way out of here.
Some guards start to run down the hallway, and they come running past Harry. Harry, is there anything you would like to attempt to do as they are running past?
So did Harry witness the growth of the brother?
I don't think he witnessed the growth, but he witnessed the result.
Okay. Because right now, So is it like bars or a solid wall kind of that's
bars.
like in front of me, or it's bars?
Yep.
So and do I know that there's someone to the other side of me?
You've heard her. Yeah.
I've heard her.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a way I can use my concussive blast ability to try and blow a hole in the wall next to, like, the wall between me and Jericho?
You can try. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll also, actually, you know what? I'll save that, and when the guards start going by my, when one of the guards goes by my bars,
Mm-hmm.
by my cell, I'll, like, take a shot at him with my concussive blast, actually.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your concussive blast test. I believe it's an intellect test.
It is. It costs me 2 intellect points, I believe, is
Okay.
what it is.
So I'm going to save you those 2 intellect points. It is going to be a GM intrusion. You get another point of experience and a second one, which you need to give out. So you need to give out 2 points of experience. Now, what you discover as you attempt to manifest your concussive blast, you perform the spell appropriately. You say the charm, you release the somatic component, and it just sort of fizzles outside your hand as your bars are not electrified because you are essentially in like an anti-magic cell.
And I'm just like, this is terrible. This is just the worst. And like, so I'm just like,
That's rough,
I got
buddy.
nothing.
This is just the worst.
I got, and once it doesn't work, he'll just be like, he'll like sit like cross-legged in front of the bars and just go, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows. He's like, and he'll make like, and when they walk past, he'll make a like sarcastic remark and be like, "Hey, can I get a tin cup over here?"
Oh no.
The guards would usually stop and look at you, but they are far more interested in this stranger that just popped up out of frickin' nowhere. So that they are running by. They're now passing Yannison and Jericho. Is there anything you guys would like to try to do?
Yeah.
Go
Yannison,
ahead.
do you want to go first? Is there anything you want to do?
Harry, you have 2 experience points you need to dole out to your allies here. So go ahead and message them in private, or you can tell them now.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
One to Yennison, 1 to Mike.
Nice. Okay, Yannison, you're up.
When the guards are coming through, are they close enough that I can try to reach through the bars to grab them?
Yeah, you think you could. You might shock yourself in the process.
I don't know that they're electrified because I didn't have that.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to reach through the bars and grab one of the guards.
Okay. Make a speed test. These are level 3 guards, so you need to roll a 9 or higher to grab one of them.
$15.
You do grab him. Yeah, you absolutely do grab him. Yeah, that looks a little better, Cole. Yannison, you get a hold of him. I need you to make a might test. It is a level 4 might test, DC of 12. That's you resisting the shocking of the electricity.
Okay, so this doesn't have to do with physical skills?
No, not a physical skill. This would, in D&D terms, would be a con save, but in this, it's a might test.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Okay, so you are going to take 4 points of electric damage. So you take those off of your might pool. So your maximum remains the same, but you reduce those. So that was one action. You reached out, you grabbed him. Would you like to try to pull him into the bars?
Now that I know they're electric, yes, I very much would.
Okay. So normally I think that would be like a different turn, but what we're going to do is we're going to just hinder you on the might check. This is physical skills, though. So he was level 3, that was 9, up to 12, back down to 9. So it's a flat roll of 9.
Whew, yeah, okay.
And the 12.
And a 12, yes. So you grab the guard, you pull him back into the electric things. He is going to take 4 points of electric damage. He is still conscious, but you see him sort of shock, and his body seizes up as he hits the bars there. Jericho.
As they run by, she sees what Yenneson is doing. No, she can't do that. And I don't know what this cell is capable of. I have no idea.
Okay.
But she'll just simply look at the group, keeping with her big creepy eyes, locking like eye contact with as many as she can, at least looking at the entire group. And she just says, "Stop, please." And she's going to try to use demeanor of command.
Okay. Tell me about demeanor of command.
I would love to. So demeanor of command is I project all of the confidence and charisma in the world, so much so that people cannot help but stop and pay attention to me. But for one round, when I speak strangers, oh, okay, wait. Hold on, I'm reading this whole thing now. Who are not? Are they already attacking Cody? Because I might not be able to do this.
So here's what I'll say: they're not attacking you, but since you are in a cell, you are at a disadvantaged position.
Totally.
I will. They're level 3 guards, and so I think because they're distracted, and because you are in a cell, we're gonna call that hindered twice. So that's going to be, they're essentially make it a level 5 difficulty. So a DC of 15.
Okay, here we go, everybody. Never say die.
You can apply effort to it if you would like. Okay.
Natural 18.
Natural 18. Nice.
But basically, the continuation of this is if speaking to a group that can understand you, assuming they can, I can attempt to have them produce their leader or ask them to take me to their leader. And I gain a free level of effort that can be applied to one persuasion task during this period.
Nice. Yep, effort is what you're using. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll put that at the top so I remember to use it. Yeah, I just stop, please.
Okay, so as the one gets shocked, the other 2 guards that were come rushing down the aisle sort of pause and look at you, catching your tremendous bug eyes. Yenneson, after Lars and Brother Lars, what are you guys up to?
Lars and Brother Lars.
Normally, I can control my brother a little bit better, but I feel like in this moment of duress, I can't really. So I don't mind if either you decide or if we roll to see what he does. If he does try to run or listen to me, or does he keep bickering with me about clothes and essentially point me out to like the guards? Well, he's right here if you're looking for him. Okay.
Yeah. So what?
He's a snitch.
So then, what is Lars doing?
So I did specifically describe that Lars was leaning up against the bars.
Yeah. Okay. So you can make a might test to resist being shocked.
I think I have to. I don't know what the thing is, but it's 11, which is what I got.
11. I believe it was a task. Was it 3 or 4? 4, because that's how many points of damage it's been dealing.
Yeah.
So it's a task force, so it's a DC of 12. So you're going to take 4 points of might damage.
Okay.
Might damage.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm getting it.
So as I sort of like bounce away from the bars and kind of get up a little bit, what does brother do?
I think he does care about you, and he just saw you get shocked, right? So I think his instinct would be to go towards you and towards the bars to be like, hey, wait, and then realize, oh, I'm not, don't want to touch them. He kind of doesn't have a lot of places to go. The away from here, he is a dead end, and then there's guards right there. So I think he's going to continue to ask for your clothes, but like carefully through the, you know what I mean? Like
as the guards are getting closer, and I mean now I can imagine they're only probably a handful of feet away from him, almost to him.
Yeah.
He's probably more like, I guess, just sort of cowering a little, like, listen, I don't know what he did this time, and I'm sorry about all of this. My apologies. But he's right there. Just give me your shirt. I said, just give me your. Anyway.
Also, they had started very hostile, and for some reason, they're not. So their focus has shifted completely away from him to Jericho. So I think that's why he's also not attempting to instigate with them. That would be my thought. Okay. Mike.
All right, so yeah, this collar is weird. I would have been trying to figure it out the whole time, so I probably didn't even notice the brother pop up. Would I have been able to use Decipher to try to figure it out?
Yeah,
I can kind of understand it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. It is a shock collar. You know that it has both a radius and a trigger, and that there is like a failsafe on it. You would need a key, or you would need a decent set of electrician's tools and a mirror for you to be able to disable it.
All right, so I figured out where the lock would be. I just can't do anything about it right now.
Right. Yes. As soon as you get a couple of screwdrivers and maybe like some wire strippers and something, you could disable this. But you're just you just don't have the stuff on you.
Damn, they had to take my multi-tool away too. Oh man, I love that multi-tool. I want that back. Bastards.
Okay. As you guys are looking down the hallway, the guards that have sort of stopped and are for a moment, Lars's brother looks past them, and he sees the head guard in the office, and his focus shifts away from everything that's happening in the hallway, and then back, and then away. Then it looks like he goes away, and there's a little bit of an alarm that happens, and you guys, it's not
Lars,
loud. It just starts.
I think something important's happening down at the end of the hallway. If anything's drawing anyone away from the naked man and all the guards, it has to be rather important.
It starts to flash red. The guard that had been shocked, which is, I'm going to say, is the one guard that didn't really get caught by Jericho's piece, just because he was in pain at the time.
Getting shocked.
Yeah. He's gonna look at he's like, you guys got this. I'm gonna see what's going on. He turns to start to go down the hallway. Harry, you see him run back up and past, and as he goes, he sort of casts a look towards Yannison. Jericho, what are you going to ask of your guard friends now?
Well, I hear the alarm going off.
You see the flashing red. There's no audio alarm.
Okay.
It's just we've gone to red alert. We hit the klaxon once.
Okay, well that derails it for a moment. So first she's going to say, thank you, friends. First things first, what are the lights for?
An experiment escaped.
Oh, hate when that happens.
No.
What kind of experiment?
Worst kind.
Yes, I would imagine so. I was hoping you could do me a few favors. One, I'm going to need to speak to who's in charge immediately.
They're probably busy with Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin does take a lot of attention. Well, I assume we can all wait for him while he's taking care of Kevin, but myself and all of my friends, we're going to need our stuff back just to make it comfortable while we're waiting.
I think your stuff's in the armory. And he points to the left, sort of the opposite direction that all of the activity has been happening, down to the right.
Well, perfect. Better yet, it seems like your boss may need your help with Kevin, since you're also capable, very brave young men. Perhaps you can just open this up and let us all get our own things.
I think you'll need to make an intellect persuasion test on that.
I would love to.
They are level 3 guards, so it's a DC of 9. Unless I think you are trained in social interactions.
I am trained in social interaction, and that ability grants me a point of effort as well.
You can reduce it to a 3.
Okay, I will reduce it to a 3. Natural 20.
Hey!
Which I don't think is that exciting in this game, but it's exciting every time.
So, in fact, in the Cypher system, in combat, I don't know how it does in everything. Anything that is a natural 17 or above does something cool. It does...
Oh no, it rolled away! Dang it, I was trying to show you guys, but it rolled away. I was very happy.
So yes, that if that was combat, you would deal extra damage and apply what is known as a major effect. So you could knock somebody down or push them far away.
Well, good to know in the future when that craziness arrives, hopefully.
Yeah, so actually they are going to take your words super to heart. They're going to hop too, and they just sort of go running down the hall at this
so brave!
At this breakneck speed. And as they round the corner,
if there's any clothes in there, could you get them for me, please? All right.
They round the corner. Lars's brother, you hear sort of a comical smash bang crash of people. And then you see, running back at you, a rather short, kind of middle-aged guy. He's about 5'5".
Kevin!
He's got a real short buzz cut. He looks like he tried to cut his hair in the default hero setting of Mass Effect or Dragon Age. He has
the Alistair cut. The Alistair cut.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a D20 on his shirt, and he comes running around the corner, almost like sideways. As his little legs are carrying him, and he comes sliding in, and he sees the naked man. He goes, you weren't here before. That's okay. And he kind of looks around, and he goes, all right, now we got a party. Okay, so
Wait, party? What? No.
No.
I shouldn't be drinking. No.
You're gonna love this. Okay, everybody gets a key. I get a key. You get a key, and he tosses a key over at Harry. Harry, your key is sort of this bone plaster piece, and he goes, "That you get a key." The wizard, you get a key. There's the fighter. You get a key. That's my bard. I don't know what you are, warlock. Take that key, and that is, I don't know, druid, ranger, doesn't matter. Here you go. Get a key. Everybody unlock themselves. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I'm gonna try it on the collar first.
It does not fit the collar.
Damn it.
So Harry has played D&D before,
Okay.
Yeah, he has.
and is he gonna be like?
Barbarians, right?
I'm gonna be. Did you just assign us D&D class? What is going on? What?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You are probably having a lot of questions, and I have been here too long to want to waste my time telling you answers when we should be escaping. But I'll tell you what, if you ask me while we run,
I knew it.
then I will tell you some answers, okay? Let's go.
Fun! I knew this was a part of the game. And she puts the key in and opens the door.
This all perfectly fits into her narrative.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Harry just goes, not want to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just carefully put the key in and twist, open.
Touch the bars first, make sure they're no longer electrifying me, and then open and let myself out.
Okay. He goes,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, obviously I do the same.
Yeah, he goes, okay. He kind of looks at you guys, and he's like, all right, I think they knew about most of you. He looks at Lars's brother, is like, I had nothing on you.
Hey, don't worry, everyone's pretty surprised. My brother always shows up for surprise visits. He's real popular at parties.
Who could argue with that?
Where does Pants go?
Oh, well, he never shows up with any of them, or anything for that matter. But don't worry, he's not very bashful guy.
Oh,
Well-
that sounds like all the parties I gone to. I mean, but I usually leave without the pants. But hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
To brother or to Lars?
He was gonna put the hand between the two of you and just not sure who to shake hands with.
Lars goes for it for sure. Like, good to see you there, mate. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Can we save? I want to play the game. I want to play the game.
Let's
go. Harry's gonna like turn to them too and be like, seriously, now is not the time. And be like, and turn to like the little short D20 guy and be like, how do we get out of here?
Well, that's a fun thing you asked. Walk with me. Let's Aaron Sorkin this for a moment, shall we? And he starts to take off down the hallway. You can see the guards that have just sort of been laid out in varying sort of states of unrest, and they're starting to scramble up. And so you had the question, Lars?
Yeah, is he running in the direction of armory, or is he running in direction of offices and the stuff that we saw through the window?
So the armory is near those offices. The end of the hallway turns to the left.
One's the dead end.
Yeah.
The other is that stuff.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
So he's leading you to them. You can see that they're groaning. They may wake up shortly, but there is like a break room, which also serves as like the guard ready room. And there in some lockers are your stuff. He gets to the door and he sort of checks the ring and he's like checking keys. It's taking him a moment, and eventually he sort of gets one and pushes in. He goes, all right, here we go. You guys step inside, and as you do, he turns and he sort of locks the door behind you guys. He goes, I don't know how long we have, maybe a minute or two before they start to wake up. So don't know if all your stuff is here. Probably some of it is. They also have some pretty cool things. So who's good at busting open locker doors? Big man, that looks like you. I think that's you.
Oh, I mean, I am pretty good at busting up a few things. It's true.
Okay.
I look at the man across from me and I'm like, him, that one, the big one over there. He did a big thing earlier. I point right at you, Vincent. I'm like,
this is
that one.
We're in a break room, right?
You're in a break room that has like lockers for the guards to store their stuff in. It also stores their gear in there when they're not working, right? So any guards that are off duty, you can probably find some weaponry, maybe some body armor, a few of them. As you guys look through, we're not going to make you roll to unlock stuff. You just fucking do it. Guess what?
I was going to ask if there was a coffee machine.
There is a coffee machine. Yeah. There absolutely is a coffee machine.
I would at least throw out there that Lars, one of his skills is specifically in breaking things. He's trained in it.
Okay.
He's not doesn't ever really intend to. Somebody asks him like, "Can you open this?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, of course I can, no problem." And he like gets his hand in there and it just kind of like cracks part of the thing. He's like, "Oops, sorry about that. No, wait, we can fix it afterwards." And I just give it a little tug, and he like breaks open one of the lockers. Sorry,
I love it.
Sorry about that part, but don't worry, we can. I'm sure that glues back on or something.
That is wonderful. As you guys are looking at the stuff, Harry, you find there is a guard that seems to be trained in magic, much the same way you are. So you find a scroll. Roll me a d6.
Okay. I'll do the gold one because it's gold and fancy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2.
A 2. So you have found a spell, a single-use spell, a Cypher spell of armor reinforcement, which will increase someone's armor by 2 for 24 hours.
Sure.
It's a one-time use thing. You can decide when you wish to use it, or you can use it now if you would like.
Okay.
Roll me, Mike. Roll me a d6.
That is a 2.
A 2. So you find an asset known as Best Tool. It is essentially the coolest Leatherman possible. Twice,
Best tool.
You can use it as an asset to reduce the difficulty of a task by one level. And then it will just remain a set of tools, but it will no longer be Best Tool. So that is one of those things. There is I don't know what sort of weird contraption nonsense you need, Lars, but there's plenty of it. All of your contraption nonsense. What do you need?
I mean, I don't need much in terms of equipment. There are things I'm familiar with. Working underneath the dock. All sorts of the strange and the esoteric. He worked a lot in, like things that were quantum, energy and matter manipulation, stuff like that. And Lars is a pretty quick learner. And so that he usually was willing to pick up whatever was needed to be worked on and work on it.
So you do recognize a device that the doc probably helped this company create. And it is a small, about puck-sized detonator that is a gravity inversion device.
What we got one of these here for? That's strange.
Roll me a d6.
2.
Okay, so it is a level 3 gravity inversion device. For 1 hour, it will, in let's call it a 20-foot radius, pretty big area, invert the gravity. But it can be resisted. So anybody entering or exiting, if they hunker down or like grab a hold of stuff.
I don't know if I'm allowed to know this stuff, but I'll ask and you can tell me.
Sure.
Does it have an upper limit, or if it were outside, would somebody just fall off forever, or does it end at a certain point?
We're going to say 20 feet.
Okay, so 20 feet all around. They didn't have hovering at the top.
sort of.
She does an Aunt Marge just.
Yeah.
Just goodbye forever.
Yeah. At that point, they sort of float there.
And Lars's brother is really only looking for one thing.
What is he looking for?
Clothing.
Yeah, absolutely. The guards. So the guards do have pants. They in fact also have light armor, Yannison, which you would be familiar with. It is based on military tactical armor. So you can have light, medium, or heavy armor. It is up to you. The heavier the armor, the greater penalty it imposes on your speed effort. However, you reduce that by 1. You can wear light armor with no penalty, medium armor with a penalty of 1, or heavy armor with a penalty of 2.
I think for now, because the effort is to GTFO, just light something quick.
Okay.
I can throw on,
Great.
and we can move.
So you'll have an armor rating of 1. Any damage you take that is physical is reduced by 1 up to 0. Okay. You also find light or medium ranged or melee weapons. They're essentially batons or pistols, medium guns, or light guns. Yannison, if you want a heavy gun, you can find a heavy gun. Yeah, Harry.
Do I now have my blasting rod and my my staff?
Yes.
And my pentacle?
You may cast your spells as normal.
Yes.
So I can have ranged or melee.
You could have both. I'll give you one of each.
Okay, I'll take that, one of each. Okay. One medium melee and just a light range, some sort of backup.
Okay, light range sounds good. Mike, now that you have the tools, would you like to disable your collar?
Yes. This thing is uncomfortable. I don't like the additional collars. I need to get this thing off.
Okay, Jericho, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just gonna look for stuff also as well, if that's okay.
Yeah. What stuff would you like?
Okay. Well, she thought this was a game, but she picks up on people. That's the only thing she knows. And as soon as she sees that everybody else is like actually worried and picks up from the vibe, she's like, oh shit, what is happening? And immediately just kind of kicks into it. Because she only does what she does, she's going to look around this break room and hope that everyone breaks here. Is there an area in which a person in charge would have a locker or a desk or something like that, like a higher ranking official, maybe someone more intelligent, like might have an area?
Make an investigative check. I'm gonna make it a DC of 12 intellect.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8? Okay. You look around hoping that there's maybe like a field officer, but nobody that is necessarily what you're looking for. And as you're looking around, Kevin is going to stop and be like, "What are you looking for?"
I was just looking for, honestly, anything that would tell me, because she's concerned, where am I? What's going on? So any like paper, she's information. Right. She wants information. So that's what she would be looking for.
That sounds wonderful. We're going to try to get some information when we go in. And he sort of points to the door. And he points in the direction of where the guard office was. We're gonna have to start there because, and I hate to be the person to break this to all of you. Welcome to, and he throws back the shitty blinds that had been covering the like one mirror, and there's no daylight that comes in. Yannison, you see back to the same outside. You're sort of in the corner of the building. Welcome to the Middle Marches.
Great.
Anybody? Nope. Nobody? You, wizard man? Do you know what I'm talking about? Come on.
It sounds like a really bad D&D setting.
I mean, it's not a bad D&D setting. First of all, it's based in historical fact in the Germanic lands. And second of all, would you call Ed Greenwood's Forgotten Realms the worst D&D setting? That is the iconic D&D setting.
Do we have time?
Oh my God, where am I?
I mean,
She's like,
personally, I'm a bigger fan of Eberron because the Warforged are just an amazing race. Just putting that out there.
And then they're like,
Let me simplify it for you.
Where are we?
In 1987, TSR published Forgotten Realms. Originally, it told the story about pieces of a world in between our own. And they had to change it because they were afraid that children would go wandering into drainage pipes. Hades were very worried about people wandering in drainage pipes and getting lost. But unfortunately, or rather, I guess, fortunately, no, unfortunately, we're trapped here. That's a bad thing. Truth is, there's all sorts of weird psychic, how would you call them, blind spots in the world, parts of chunks of land that nobody's been to or nobody really walks out of. Croatoa was probably one of the most famous. There's the Lost Legion of World War II. Some people say that Elvis just wandered into one of these middle marches.
Listen, I thought you just said that we had to rush and all this, and all of a sudden you're giving us this whole story. What are we supposed to do?
Well, I'm trying to save you from running into the fog, because if you've never run into the fog before, it's and he'll sort of turn and lift the back portion of his shirt, and you can see looks like he's been clawed down his back. It's dangerous. Anyway, so I gotta 2012. Remember that year?
yes.
Remember how the world ended?
It was no. It didn't.
How it's supposed to.
No, that was a hoax, wasn't it?
Well, kind of yes and kind of no. Fun fact, people predict the world ending all the time. And other fun fact, they're actually not that wrong. And so there was a pretty big world ending in 2012. And then all of you guys started seeing weird things a little more often, right? I mean, that's why you're here, at least according to the scientists. I know you have seen.
No. I'm here because I was knocked down on a plane, and the last thing I saw was a big green guy and some Mexican food.
Mm-hmm. And your boss, he does work with experimental physics, things that break the laws.
Yeah, sure. The doc works with everyone.
Yeah, and they break the laws of nature.
Yeah, of course. I mean, on a regular basis. I mean, how do you think I had my brother?
Right.
I got caught in one of the experiments that one time, so...
And that's not magic?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I suppose you can give it whatever name you like. I mean, Doc doesn't like to believe in magic.
You grew another person. It feels like magic.
That's real?
Well,
he's
gonna touch. I'm just gonna touch the brother, like.
I mean,
Thank you, Miss. Thank you. Right.
And
No.
Harry will turn to him and be like, as odd as this man is, man-child, if you will, magic is 100% real.
cool.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely. No.
So,
And then like Harry will use he has an ability called hedge magic.
mm-hmm.
And I will cause a pistol to fly through the air into my hand, and I will holster it
Magic.
and be like, magic.
Or magnets, but sure.
Yeah, listen, some of us can do the same thing, and it ain't no magic. Watch this. And Lars puts his hand out, and another gun flies across the room and completely misses Lars' hands. But it's like, well, still, it flew through the air, and it would have landed here if I had caught it. All right, just me eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But you see, for me, the doc just had these implants put in here, so that's why.
Sure, yeah, can you keep the magnets away from me? I mean, I'm trying to get this collar off, and I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing. I mean, I don't want to set it off by accident. Can I get this shock collar off now? Just like with the lock.
Did you make an intellect test? I believe it is a level 5 collar. So 15. You do have proficiency with the tools that'll reduce it to a 12, and then if you apply any effort or if you use the best tool property, it'll go down further.
Yeah, because tool mastery, when I have an asset from using the tool, time required is cut in half, so I'm not sure that's going to apply. But yeah, I'm just going to put everything I have into just getting this thing off.
Do it.
So how many points am I spending again?
Okay.
That'd be...
You can, it's an intellect. You want to put 2 levels of effort. Do you have any edge in intellect?
Yes, I have 1 edge.
So 4 points of intellect to apply 2 levels of effort. And then you have, you'll use one of your best tool assets, and then your training, you're reducing it from a 15 to a 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a 16 on the die.
There you go. Collar comes off. As you're doing
so
this, Kevin will look at the emblem on the door. And you guys are starting to recognize it. It looks very much like the emblem of Fallen Wake or the F&W. It is the same symbol you recognize, Lars, on some of the delivery boxes of materials that has been sent to Dr. Yannison. You recognize it as a pin that certain doctors within the military would wear. And Kevin looks at it. Fucking Fugo Awatu. I hate those assholes.
I'm sorry. What?
Gesundheit.
Fugo Awatu. Anybody speak Swahili?
Must have skipped that class.
Yeah, can't say I do.
I can take a minute, try to decipher it.
If you want to make the effort to decipher, or go ahead and roll an intellect test, challenge 5, just to see if you're able to decipher what it is.
18 on the die.
18. You say at the same time as Kevin begins to describe it, Fugo Awatu translates roughly to breeding of people.
I hate children.
Well,
Nope. I'm not. No one's harvesting the little Harrys. That's not going to be a thing. So
it's a lot more gene. It's a lot more gene therapy than that. But essentially, a whole bunch of weird things woke up some years ago, and people have been trying to take advantage of it ever since. And unfortunately, you guys are all weird. Congratulations, welcome to the team. We have to find the director. The director has the pin. The pin will let us get through the mist. Let's just simplify that for you guys.
No, it was pretty simple. Yeah, let's do it. Cool. Listen, I don't want anybody after me brother here, all right? Because I already know how to breed people, so I don't need anybody coming after him. Let's get out of here.
That is super weird. Okay, everybody got what you need?
I'm gonna go grab the pistol that went flying across the room. Like,
I guess I'll grab like a baton or something nice and heavy that I can use.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not sure I'll use it either, but I'll grab a light weapon for me and for my brother. They're light melee.
Yeah, batons are probably light weapons at this point.
And is there a light version of ranged stuff?
A light pistol, yeah. There's such a thing as like a light pistol.
Pretty light pistol.
Yeah, okay. It's small. Right. It's a small caliber pistol.
Okay. All right.
All right.
And seeing that shit is going down, she doesn't know what's happening. She fully, but seeing the bravado and strength that Yannison did earlier, immediately seeing shit's going out, she's just gonna go stand behind him. She's like, absolutely not, I'm not doing this. And is immediately like, no, just for brevity's sake, just so everyone knows.
And as that happens, and as we're like about to move out, I'll tap Yennison on the shoulder and just be like, congratulations, looks like you just got designated as the meat shield.
Meat shield.
Not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, hey, good for you. Normally it's me. Good work, mate.
It's just because she saw him do that crazy thing to the guard. She said, nope.
All right. Is there like a bag or something, like a messenger bag or something that I can just like put the shock collar in to kind of take it with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So I'll just do that. But I'm also going to look for something two-handed, like something big and two-handed, just to kind of swing if I need to. Maybe
Okay.
Like a baseball bat or something.
You want a heavy weapon?
If it's two-handed, sure. Just yeah. So just
Okay.
like,
A
he
desk
gets freaked
chair.
out, so he just wants something big.
Okay, you
Give him the chair.
you grab you grab a chair. You grab a chair to bash somebody with.
Edging Christian.
I can't wait.
You have the concerto set up.
Or then, mate, what you got a whole chair for? What are you doing with that?
Well, I figured, I got something small in case I need to kind of tap something, but I figured, at this point, maybe some percussive maintenance might be beneficial. Just hit things hard. I mean, I worked in bars. Always works in bars, right? With a chair, yeah.
Yeah, you want that in like a more portable size?
Maybe, yeah.
No, this feels good. This feels right. This is gonna go well.
All right, yeah, of course, sure. Yeah, I'll leave it like that then.
Okay, if everybody's ready, our tour of the Terror Factory continues. We're going to stop the guard station and turn off the alarm, and maybe find some paperwork there. So I'll open the door. Yannison, you wanna lead us in?
Sure.
Okay.
I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So, having talked with, you called him Kevin, but I don't know if he introduced himself.
Kevin.
This is Kevin, I guess.
Yeah. You guys have assumed, and he is on board with being called Kevin, even if he is not Kevin. He is.
He acknowledges it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like an equivalent to an insight check in this, but
Sure.
like, does Kevin seem to check out, or could Kevin like?
Yeah, you can make a intellect test. Kevin is, I'm gonna say it's a 5, level 5 intellect test to sort of read Kevin and read his intentions and like his mental
is there any
state.
way
And...
Can I aid him in any way? I doubt it. I don't know if
You
that's
can.
possible in this.
Yeah, you can.
I would love to aid him in this.
I think merely by attempting to aid him, you ease it one. You're an asset essentially that eases the effort by 1.
Yeah. So,
There you go.
So Kevin, I really appreciate what you're doing for us here, mate. I do.
Yeah.
You have to forgive me. I'm just a big dumb old oaf. I'm
Nah,
really
don't worry about it.
understanding
I've been waiting for
things.
Nah.
So
I've been waiting for a party to show up for like, I don't know, a month or so.
Yeah, right. A party. Yeah, I love party. A good party. You know what I mean?
No. You don't understand. So listen, when the hero is trapped someplace, eventually a ragtag bunch of other people will show up and they will band together to free themselves.
Here's the thing, Kevin. Well, you keep saying like hero and party and wizard and things, and maybe you could just make it a little simpler for me. I am a wizard. I'm trying to use.
I'm just an IT guy.
I have pleasant social interactions that I'm trained in, as long as I use self-deprecating humor.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. I'll give it to you. Yeah.
That's my real life skill. How did you get my real life skill?
So you might have to help me out here, Cody, real quick then. So he's a level 5.
Yep.
Training brings it down to 4.
Yep. And her as an asset brings it to 3.
3.
Yep.
Which means it's a 9.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I will roll on the 9.
Okay.
I'm getting it, Cody. I'm getting it.
Yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it.
Yeah.
Feels good.
It didn't help us, but it still feels good to have learned.
Feels good.
I did not beat the 9.
Okay.
But it feels good to have learned.
As you're trying to explain that you're not getting it, Kevin looks at you in just a bit of sadness. And you...
So repeat again about the hero and things?
Like, what do
Kevin.
what do you watch? Like, have you never seen... This is classic, man. All the good guys get stuck in one place and they got to work together to get out. Like, that's... I mean, it's in Prison Break. It's in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it's a...
Sold that one.
Well, guess what, Groot? We're getting out.
All right. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Sure. I'm picking up what you're putting down there, Kevin.
That's all. That's all that's happening. You guys can. I will go ahead and give it to you. You may not fully understand. Kevin is sane. He has the foci. Plays too many games. So gaming is the language that he uses to experience the world and communicate through. So
Kevin.
He just so happens to have stumbled into a very crazy world where a lot of those tropes exist. But so he's not insane. He's a little antisocial in that way, but he kind of has like a brain for it. So,
and she's a jerk, so she just looks at Lars and she's like, I'm sorry, Kevin, you understand. We just went on dates, so we don't know. We don't fully understand what you're talking about. That
sounds fun.
She's a jerk. She's like,
yeah.
So you'll have to, just explain it in normal people terms, Kevin, for normal people.
Well, I mean, I took a girl to Goldshire and WoW once, and that was a really nice time.
I bet you did, Kevin.
Indeed, Kevin. Wow, indeed.
I bet you did.
Okay, I'm going to open the door now. Yannison, lead us to the next room.
I'm going to kind of back by Kevin.
Meat shield.
Goldshire, really? I mean, wouldn't you want to take her to the Barrens instead? I mean, it's a big open area. You can just do a lot of riding there if you have the mount skill.
And Harry will immediately interrupt this and be like, guys, we got things to do.
Okay.
I'm already walking down the hallway.
As the door swings open, 3 of the guards have roused themselves and are drawing weapons. They did not know where you guys were, but they are there now. Would like everybody to roll initiative. They are on a 9. That is, they are level 3 guards.
Do we add anything to it?
It's a flat roll. You can spend speed to lower their initiative or improve,
I'm on brand,
improve
Cody.
your roll. So who's above
I got
a 9?
an 11.
I got a 12.
An 11 and a 12. Okay.
A 14.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay. 2 and a 2. So 14, I think, was the highest. Yeah, 14. Yeah. Go for it.
Seeing that they're starting to rouse, are they like, they're arming themselves? They're up and about, or are they like still getting up?
So they were up and about, and when they heard the door open, they all started reaching for their weapons. So on their turn, they will draw and shoot.
If they're gonna draw and shoot, I'm gonna. How far away are they?
In point blank range.
Okay, I'm just gonna get close and attack the first one I can with my medium weapon.
Okay, yeah. Is a ranged weapon or a
melee?
And a melee weapon? Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I think you had something for range stuff, but that's fine.
Yeah, I got a light range and a medium melee.
But the reason I asked is because you are trained in medium attacks. At range, you are trained in ranged attacks, and your ranged damage is increased by 1. So it's up to you what you want to do.
And knowing that, I'll do the range then.
Okay.
Because that's he definitely fall back to his soldier training.
Yeah. So roll 6 or better.
That's an 11.
Yeah, 11 is absolutely going to hit, and the first shot very skillfully rings out. You can kill them, or you can just wing them, take them out of the fight if you want to. It's up to you, Yannison.
These people have kidnapped me, electrocuted me against my will.
They have.
I'm gonna try the first shot's gonna kill. I'm going.
Fine. Yeah. Yeah. You hit him center mass. Absolutely. Nicely done. You can make it harder if you want to do a follow-up shot.
I'll try one more time and then
Okay.
continue down the line.
Yep. So second attack, we're gonna hinder. Takes it back up to 9. Go ahead and shoot it.
That's a 13.
That one hits. Another guard goes down. I believe Mike was next.
Oh boy. So seeing Yannison just rush in, it's like, I'll just kind of scream out, "For the Horde!" Rush in and just slam somebody with a chair, 2 hands.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, and you're an explorer. I believe your heavy attacks are hindered, so you need to roll a 12 or higher.
But I also
right, there you go, mate. That's the way to use it.
Okay.
So using 2 hands when I wield a weapon or tool with a powerful swing. So when I use it as an attack, I take a -1 to the attack roll to inflict 3 additional damage.
Okay. So you need to roll a 13 or higher, and you will deal 9 points of damage.
$12 on the die.
12 on the die. Okay, you come swinging big with the 2 hands, and he ducks out of the way. Ooh. And the chair sort of smashes up against the wall. Jericho, I believe you're next. Did you want to do something else, Mike?
No, I was just swinging for the fences.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Jericho.
Yeah, knowing attacking seems exhausting. So she is seems like a lot. So she is going to. I'm going to spend 1 intellect point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use disincentivize.
Okay.
Cody, this is, again, I'm still trying to understand what the difference between enabler and action is, but this one is enabler. I don't know what that means fully yet. That's fine. But that's okay.
I probably don't either.
But
just tell me what it says.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. So basically, I hinder all actions attempted by any number of targets within short range who can understand me. Okay. And it is hindered for 1 round. Mm-hmm. So I just point to his friends, who are now on the ground, and I say, better just sit this one out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so
he is hindered. Can't take an action this round.
Well, he is effectively a level 2 as he tries to do stuff now.
There we go. So I'm just trying to make it easier for the next person after me. I'm like,
absolutely.
Yikes.
Yeah, and you do. The guard that is there is going to. He sort of hears you, and he you can see you've shaken him. He is going to shoot at Mike because Mike is the closest. Mike, you need to make a speed test, and it is a 6. Speed test to dodge.
Can I make an intrusion? Or
you can. If you have experience, you can spend experience to make player intrusions. Absolutely. And if you guys have not given each other your You have not given each other your experience points yet. Do so.
Yes.
We actually we were handling it behind the scenes,
Well
so it's
done.
not
Yeah.
just
Thank you.
I totally did not see that. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay.
I'm shit at this. I didn't see the.
Well, guess what? You got one.
Nicely done. What would you like to intrude there, Harry?
So I use the since I rolled really poorly in initiative,
Mhm.
I will use the experience point I got from Yenison, and cast Entangling Force.
Okay.
So I will use two intellect points, two effort points, I guess. Which I have an edge of 1, so that means I really only spend 1, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So target within short range is subject to a snare constructed of the target caught in the force snare cannot move from its position, but it can attack and defend normally. So the one that was on the ground, because there's one on the ground, right?
There's only one that's up. The other two are out. They've been taken out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that he can't move and just be
Okay.
like, I believe the lady told you to sit this one out.
Okay. So I read the entangling thing. So he can still shoot, but I'm going to hinder it further. So it is only a level 1. So you just need a 3 or better, or you can just apply the effort, Mike, and automatically he will fail.
Wait, sorry, the headset cut out the last second. I heard Mike and then fail.
So it's a level 3 speed test, Mike, or 3 DC. It's a level 1, and you can just apply effort to it, and he will auto fail, or you can roll. You just have to roll a 3 or better.
I will roll.
Okay.
Yeah, risk. Come on.
That's a 6 on the die.
Nice. Okay. With the 6 on the die, his hand shaking, the bands of magical energy wrapping around him pull his bullet wide, and it pings off over to the side. Kevin sort of ducks and goes, "We got to get in the door." And then
I'd love to.
and then it is, I believe, Harry and Lars. You're both on 2s, so you guys are up.
I'm sorry,
Lars, you
I
can
was
go first.
probably unclear earlier. I was high-fiving his 2 with my 2, so but I don't really care. Do you want to go or me?
You can go ahead.
So it seems like there is only one person left, and they are sort of incapacitated now.
Yeah. Yep.
Are they, for lack of, I mean, you can describe the scene better than I can understand it. Like, do they need to be taken down still, or we could run past? Or...
They could still inflict damage at this point. If
If
you were to knock them out or disarm them of their pistol, they would effectively be a non-entity at that point. But because they can shoot at range, they are still a very small threat.
Okay. I'd like to slowly approach this person. And Lars will put his hands out like this. Like, all right, well, here we go then. And you start to see like his veins sort of pulse in here, and there seems to be like 2 small little maybe metal implants that are under the skin that sort of push out a little bit. And I want to approach that last guard, who I guess is entangled and stuff now, and go, "Listen, mate, you can just put that down, or we can end this the really gross way. You pick."
Make an intimidation check.
All right.
Interaction.
Is that considered? Well, what is that considered? Is that considered intellect?
Intellect, yes. Intellect
cool.
interaction. Yep.
Then I put that under the wrong skill because I have training in intimidate.
Okay,
So,
great. So yeah, it is he is currently a 2 because he's been shooketh hindered. So with your training, you got to roll 3 or better.
You know what? I'm going to take that risk too. Let's roll it.
Go for it.
Shouldn't have taken the risk.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So would you like to just disarm him of his weapon?
Yeah, I mean, So if I'm approaching him like that, and clearly my intimidate doesn't work,
He's like, no, what?
I have the clumsy skill, so or flaw. So like I'm approaching, and I kind of like trip as I do it.
Yeah.
It's like, when I meant it. I mean, I really meant it. And he's like, what? No. So I will try to push for this second action thing we're creating.
Okay.
To try and just forcefully do it. Then all right, fine. Then we're doing it my way.
Okay. Do you have some sort of telekinetic ability that you're using?
Yeah. Can I use onslaught?
Tell me about it. Yeah. What does it do?
Well, onslaught just does damage to them.
You can do that.
I mean, can I do it to not try to kill?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what I would like to try and do. So, because that's what these implants actually do, is
Perfect.
allow them to sort of focus, like mind over matter type energy. So,
sure.
like focal energy, like that.
Yeah, sort of a dark matter coalescing of density.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So do I roll for that? So that works. It's an attack.
It is an attack. We're gonna make it a. Since it sounds like an ability, does it specify?
Yeah, it's a normal ability. 1 intelligence, short range, physical damage.
So it is intelligence. It costs you 1 point of intelligence, and you just roll a 3 or a better.
Okay, and I have edge, so I don't have to roll for it then, right? I'm sorry, I don't have to spend points for it.
Correct. Yeah, if you have edge of 1, then it's already covered.
Okay, cool. Well, at least I can beat the 3 the second time. So, 15.
Absolutely. You
nice.
Perform the onslaught with your... Well, what does it look like? You tell me what they see.
So you see those implants come out a little bit, and you kind of see like the blood veins kind of darken and whatnot around his skin and just his palms.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like makes a little pinching pulse like this. And you see 2 sort of like hardened orbs of, I would say, like air, like like force energy. It's like I said, it's a mind over matter in this case, not possessing any actual material. He's just going to use the air itself. And those 2 orbs will shoot forward. And if I can, I want to try and, like I said, not like murder the hell out of the guy, but
yeah, absolutely.
like knock a weapon out, or like I don't mind if I have to hurt his arm, but like
no, he goes unconscious, hits the ground. Yannison, make me a might test as you go to break in the door, please.
17.
Yeah, you shatter your way through the door. As you guys come bursting into the office, Kevin's gonna look at Mike and go, Mike, can you turn off the alarm?
Oh yeah, just where's the computer? Where is it?
Over there. And he points you to the console.
So I'll just kind of run over. I'll set the chair down so I could sit in it, and then start trying to get the computer done.
Okay. Yeah, make me a intellect test. You are proficient in IT tools. So this is a level 5 computer. It is down to a 12. You can apply effort if you would like to lower it further.
I do have edge in intellect. So yeah, I'll put a little bit of effort into it.
Okay. So 1 level of effort is, you have 1 point of edge, so 2 points. Go for it. Jericho.
I need some effort.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
So,
nicely done.
The damn thing off.
Instead of turning off the alarm, you actually redirect it so that they're all running to one of the like loading docks, which is essentially just completely out of your way.
Yes, we love to see it.
Yeah, I was playing the Hitman once, and there was this one mission where I had to kind of do a lot of things, but I didn't really want to kill anybody because I was kind of trying to challenge myself.
No, you got to get that like 5 assassins on the Hitman, right?
Right. Yeah.
Gonna do his Carrie's gonna try and do his roundup thing one more time. Be like, guys, come on.
Good point.
Focus.
Let's go. Where's the director? We got to find the director. You guys can make, if anybody that has investigation skills or anything along like knowledge searching, something along those lines, can help or participate. Yep.
Would find the way help?
Yes, I will go ahead and allow it to.
All right, so when I apply effort to a navigation task that I don't know the way, lost, or attempting to blaze a new route, I can apply a free level of effort.
Great.
And other people are able to assist if they have associated skills?
Yes.
Okay. I have quick learning to be applied when trying to learn something new through research, understanding, or investigation. Would that apply to this?
I will say that you are able to quickly grasp the layout of the building, and you can apply that knowledge as an asset to this test.
Okay, cool. Do I need to roll to help, or does it just happen?
Just happens.
Okay, cool.
Harry, you thought you had something to help with as well?
Oh, with my whole detective thing, I've got 2 skills I'm trained with, and that's perception and assessing danger. Okay,
so it was like the investigation skills?
Yeah.
I'm just sort of lumping all that into, for a one shot, it all applies. So you can provide, so we have 2 people providing assets, 1 person that is going to roll. It was a task 5, level 5, so we're down to 3. Need a 9 or better. If somebody wants to apply effort, they can.
Yeah, and I'll apply the effort since I'm technically trying to find something that's lost. I get a free point of efforts.
Okay.
Nice.
So, intellect check.
Yep.
Okay. So if I'm doing the math right, that would drop it. If I'm putting the effort, that would drop it from a 3 to a 2.
Correct. You need a 6 or better.
Cool.
14 on the die.
Okay. You guys look through the ledgers, you follow the informational trail, and you are you find that he is in one of the experiment observation rooms. You guys head off to the elevator, running and rushing as you guys go. Jericho, was there like papers or something you wanted to grab?
No, I just I just specialize in people, so I wanted to see if I could get any information on whoever the big bad is here, the man I saw talking in the hallway. So I just want to see if I can get to know him a little bit better.
Okay. I will give you that in just a moment, as I have to look something up.
No stress at all. I don't even know if that would be in here, but she's just looking for who's in charge to fuck that guy later. Like, get rid of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys jump into the elevator. You are taking off through the way. You, with your very skillful use of the alarms, have redirected individuals out of your way, and you get
amazing.
there.
So good.
You get there, you see that there is this very well-dressed in this kind of white suit older gentleman who bears himself, he has a cane, and it is like old great white hunter sort of figure. He has 2 scientists with him. There are 2 guards with him as well, and they are looking at what appears to be sort of a blackened frosted glass that makes up the greater portion of this room. You guys are just in the hallway. You can open the door when you are ready, but Kevin's sort of tucked over on the side. He goes, "All right, you see the guy in the Pimp Daddy suit with the cane? He's got a."
Wait, he's the Jurassic Park guy, isn't he?
I think so. Yes, he's the dress. It doesn't matter, Hammond or not. He's got what we need.
Saw that one. By the way, just want to point it out. Saw that one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I'm on the same page. That's all. Just wanted to. I
appreciate
make it clear that I understood that. just want to make that clear.
Okay. So to get through the mist, you see everybody that is in a middle march. Somebody's responsible for it, and they have a pin that basically says they're in charge. They are the dungeon master, so that pin, it actually belongs to somebody else. Caitlin, would you like to tell us who it belongs to?
I would like to tell you who it belongs to. That was so fancy. Hello, it's the voice of God. Tonight we did a massive rolling and fucking individual number creator. We rolled a d8 to see what platform we are drawing from. We are drawing from our Twitch followers here. There are 940 of you, 929 of you. So I didn't want to count through all those individually. So I did a random number generator. Random number generator gave us 104, and the 104th person down was actually another D&D streaming channel called Natural 20. They are Roll Nat 20. They are also friends of the Crafty Gamer Shop. They're a delightful little channel. They just recently started, so we're gonna let their team decide. Probably their dungeon master will get it. Fight for it. We're gonna make them live stream and fight over the pin. It'll be a good time. Oh, that's beautiful. So congratulations to everyone who in that team over there, and also if you keep showing off them pins. That's so good.
I like you.
I like them. And also, don't worry if you didn't win tonight. We are going to continue including followers in future giveaways for specific things. So you're going to want to keep following us to make sure that you have the latest up-to-date information about giveaways, about sales, about loot drops, about streams, about all that jazz. So, do you need anything else from the voice of God?
No.
All right, y'all
prayer.
have a damn good time.
Thank you, God.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
That was the cutest sounding God I've ever heard.
Ever. I knew it was a woman. I knew it.
We all know. We all know.
All right, guys. So we got to grab the pin.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Right.
So he turns and just like, so him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just to be clear, why aren't we just escaping? Well, I appreciate everything you've done, Kevin, and all those hallways back there.
Well,
we really needed you,
Uh-huh.
but why aren't we just, leaving as opposed to, just leave?
Have you ever heard of a place called Barovia?
Let's say yes, sure, yeah, of course I have, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Oh, have you ever seen The Mist?
All right, yes, Kevin,
Stephen King?
There we go.
See?
All right,
Right.
there we go. Okay,
So,
good, yeah. Go for it, Kevin, I'm on the same page.
Without the pin, we get eaten by the mist.
I
Gotcha.
understood that reference.
All right, yeah, me too. All right.
So, does that help?
Yeah, it certainly does. So, all right, grab it and go.
Yeah, let's grab it and go.
All right, yeah.
All right,
You
guys.
see, it kind of doesn't. All right.
And so Harry will kind of like.
I wanted to
All right.
ask,
Go ahead, Jeff.
Cody. I believe it only takes an action to use the first rest. Is that correct?
That is correct. It is
I
only
want
an
to
action.
rest.
Yeah. I will go ahead and say if you guys have, I will let you use your 10-minute rest. So if you
So
guys
that would
want,
give me 2d6.
you could roll 2d6 plus 2 per dice, so plus 4.
I
If you
definitely do that.
if you guys want to
I'm sorry.
recover, so a recovery roll, you roll 1d6, you add your tier level, which is 2, and you can
Two?
recover any points that you have spent up to your maximum. The first time you do it,
Great.
technically it only takes an action. The second time you do it, it takes 10 minutes. I'm going to say when you guys were
Okay.
in the break room for more than 10 minutes finding stuff, you were able to take that as a rest.
All right, and you said we're rolling 2d6, or we roll 1d6 first and then the second d6?
Roll the 1d6 first, plus 2, and then the second d6 plus 2, if you want both.
Yes, I do.
Yep,
Okay.
that put me back to max on might and intellect.
Nice.
Up to 14. Okay.
I got shocked by some bars.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
I will quickly look at my, let's call them friends, and be like, I can try to hold his attention for a moment if you want to go all in afterwards. I mean, is there any sort of plan at all? Or are we just going for it?
Cody, are either of the doctors, before I answer her question, because I want to, but I need to know something to know my plan. Are either of the doctors Doc?
No, they are not Doc.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so listen, this right here, he holds up like this like puck-sized thing. This baby packs a bit of a wallop. It's gonna sort of reverse all the gravity in the area. It's one of Doc's inventions. If we whip one of these suckers in there, I bet the whole most of them just sort of fly up to the ceiling.
Perfect.
Some sitting ducks for us.
It's good for me if it's good for all of you.
Yeah, just
I won't be doing any hitting.
kind of stay out of the way of it, all right?
Quick point of order. How are we going to get to him if he's on the ceiling? How are we going to get the pin off of him if he's on the ceiling? Wait, hold on. I got an idea. I'm gonna hold him down with magic. Then you throw it. Everyone else goes up. We walk over, take the pin, and run back to Spain like there's no mañana.
What
Right,
could
sure.
possibly go wrong?
You know, you said that like it was really ominous, but I'm actually feeling pretty good about this plan.
Plan B,
course
kill
you
them
will.
all, let God sort them out.
I like that one better.
All right.
Let's hope
So,
plan A works.
Mr.
I'm just gonna hug my chair.
Right here.
All right.
Well, after
then
you.
Then Harry will stand up to his full like 6'10" height.
Gotcha.
And
What?
Creepy
Oh my
long
God.
boy.
I didn't realize you were that tall.
he's the
Yeah, no,
longest.
he's big.
He's just all arms and limbs.
Oh God!
And now he's got like his staff and his blasting rod and all these rings on his finger and like a pentacle and stuff like that. He cuts quite a figure. It's pretty great. And he just
There is the
walks
great.
out, and he just like walks out like just the biggest dick energy you've ever seen in your entire life.
Go, Harry, go. Go, Harry, go.
6
He'll
foot.
walk out and be
You
like,
need to change his
"Hey,
name to Richard.
Mr. Excuse me. The KFC Colonel Reject. Yes, you over there. I'm gonna need you for just a hot second, and I am going to spend 3 intellect points on entangling force on him.
Okay.
So the level of the force snare is now it's originally a level 2 with another 2. It's now a level 4.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm gonna cast it on the big guy.
Okay. I will go ahead and let you know as you start to wrap around him, he is a level 5 creature. He's a level 5 opponent, so you need to apply a couple more points of effort to entangle him.
Do it.
Okay, yeah, I will 100% do that.
Okay.
How many points of effort can I? Let's see.
Because it's what, 2 to start?
Oh, so it's no. It's 2 to start, based on it's. Sorry, it's weird. One intellect point. And I can increase the level of the snare by 1 per level of effort applied. So I don't know if the highest I can get is 4.
You know
'Cause I
what?
can only apply.
He's entangled. You entangle him. Nicely done.
All right. Sorry.
Yeet.
No, do not be sorry. That is, it's better this way.
We're doing it.
He is
We're
entangled.
doing it loose
It's
and
done.
goosey.
Yeah, man. You did it. You paid some points. He is entangled.
You paid them points.
Yeah.
I paid them points. I took them my nickel.
Mhm.
Did we talk about it well enough, Cody, that I can say I sort of like readied that action?
Sure.
I think
Yeah,
there's something equivalent
absolutely.
to have.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all getting the chance to act right now. You have essentially caught them unawares. As Harry draws their attention, the director of this Fuguwatu facility turns around. The officers turn around. The guards begin to ready their weapons. The magic flares out of Harry's arms. The tendrils sort of come up and start to wrap him. You go ahead and use your gravity displacer. Yeah, I don't even think there's a check for it. I think you just do it, right?
I mean, it's a Cypher. You'll have to tell me. If you told me it was level 3, 20-foot radius.
Yeah, so everybody that is a level 3 or lower is just automatically affected. Okay. Usually when it's like NPC versus NPC, it's just level versus level. There's no roll to it. So the scientists go flying up. The 2 guards go flying up. They can still shoot, but they are hindered as they're sort of Mass Effect lifted around, and they're just sort of flailing bullets in different places. However, as this happens, I'll give you a GM intrusion, so a experience point. I'm gonna give one to Jeff. You can hand out the second one. So Lars, you get this one because I did it on yours. The scientist, when they go flying up into the top, the glass becomes first translucent, and then you watch as the energy dissipates, and the picture of that abomination that I sent you guys.
Balls.
There are, I'm going to say 3 of them in, 2. Let's do 2. 2 of them. And in the containment field that are now free. Jericho,
I would prefer none of them.
Well,
not that it really changes anything. Maybe it will. That's up to you to decide.
Okay.
I would have seen them, even if they were.
Okay, so
completely.
Yeah.
I would have seen them.
I want you to do your sea beyonding nonsense. So you.
Yes, I don't.
You could have prepared something. You could have warned Mike and Yannison to do something, having described the horror that is on the Discord page. So you guys absolutely can do something against them.
So what they were hidden, per se, right?
Yes.
Like, or are they in cage? Okay.
They were in we're going a little sci-fi here. So they were in like an opaque force field that they were being observed. Yes. You could see through it, nobody else could, and they essentially brought down the force field. And now these hungry flesh monsters wish to eat your face.
Ooh.
Who was responsible for bringing down the force field? Did I see someone go for a button or anything like that? Or
one of the scientists has a clicker.
I will turn to my team and be like, just trust me, and like very earnestly. You see her eyes get even bigger as she looks to this thing that you cannot see and points to it, and then points to the scientist that has the button, and she will say, give that to me now. And I will use my demeanor of command again.
Okay.
And I will roll what I need to, but again, that's just this tiny girl seems terrifying all of a sudden.
You will need to. He is a level 3. However, he does have mental training. This is a special ability, which makes him a level 4 against intellect things. So you need to roll a 12 or better. You can apply effort and all your normal stuff, but
Can
I
help by like aiming my gun at him and like training on his head?
I think with because it's like a supernatural ability. Her ability to. I
don't know if I could shake him. Maybe.
Yeah, he's also upside down, so he may think. I think he gets the feeling that those things might be his only survival at the moment. But her ability might be able to pierce through that instinct. So you can apply effort though. Good thought, Yannison. Good thought.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I gain that free level of effort to apply to this persuasion thing and intellect. I don't know what we want to do with that, but
sure, I'll give it to you.
I will, of course. Okay, and I will burn. I will burn 2 efforts to lower it as well.
So if you get one free level of effort, then you can only add 1 more because the effort limit remains the same.
So I will subtract that by 6, which in the original one was a 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 12? So 90 to 6 or better? Am I doing that right?
6 or better. Yeah, you're right. You did it right. Yeah. Nicely done.
Woo! Okay. All right. Here we go, guys.
As soon as she starts kind of freaking out about that, would my sense for the weird kick off?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So
That's a 14.
my beard is basically standing up on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh!
You got it. Okay, so he tosses it down. He tosses it down.
Please.
Look on now. Hold on. I know some of you are not good with electronics. I think somebody has an inability with it. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll because I like rolling.
Heck yeah.
Roll me a d6, even or odd. On even, the remote does not break. On an odd, it does.
Okay, guys, let's do it.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
I'm sorry. Here we go. 4.
It's solid. It doesn't break.
That is a Nokia brick phone of controllers.
Yeah. He tosses it, and what you notice is that it goes down, and then it starts to lift back up from the anti-gravity, and then just the momentum that carries it forward had let it sort of skim and skip its way over there. You do not have it yet. It is still in between you guys. He couldn't throw it all the way across over to you. Yannison, Mike, what are you guys up to?
Get that remote!
I am jumping for the remote to try to grab it and just close that thing. Just click, just close it.
Oh, you know what? You do it. I don't think I can put a level on jump and grab. Man, you run, you jump over there, you grab a hold of it, you hit the click, the thing sort of sputters, and then whoom, the shield comes right back up. Yannison.
I'd like to shoot the scientist that clicked the button.
Okay. Yeah. Make a ranged attack. So he would be a level 3. He's hindered from being upside down. You have trained in skill. It's a 3 or better to shoot him.
Not today, button clicker.
17.
Yeah. 17. Oh, something fun happens. Think you get
extra point of damage, right?
Yeah, it's an extra point of damage, I believe. Yep.
Kill him dead.
Yeah, scientist dead. No, I'm fine with that.
That's like 4 or 5 points of damage.
Yeah. Fine. Oh, scientist dead.
Does he still float?
They're incapacitated. You could easily shoot the next scientist. Is there anything cool you guys would like to attempt to do before grabbing this pin and escaping?
Cool shit.
If we head into the radius, does it also lift up us, or does it kind of like work once?
It would lift you up. It lasts for an hour. Yeah. Okay,
and he's in the middle of it, so that means that we'll have to somehow navigate that to get to him.
Well,
right?
you tell me. You're the one that chucked the puck. Did you put it right at his feet, or did you aim it so that he was on the edge?
I put it. I put it so that I definitely got
everybody.
The 4 of them. Yeah.
I would say
so. If I had to include him, I did. You know what I mean?
You did have to get everybody. Okay. So there's probably, let's say, 10 feet of reverse gravity, but you guys can sort of hunker down and try to resist it.
So there's still soldiers up there that would be shooting at us, yeah?
There is, yeah. Go ahead. Do your. If you guys want to do anything cool that's on your character sheet, now is your chance.
I would pretty much just bring the chair up as like a shield, kind of jump forward to get caught in the gravity, and just concerto him into the ceiling.
All right, go ahead. Make the might attack roll. Need a 6 or better. Well, actually, you're messed up too, so it's a 9 or better. You can apply effort.
Okay, so I do have an edge on might.
So for 4 points, you can drop it to a 3.
But I'm going to take that -1 penalty.
Okay.
Just to do the extra damage just to slam into him.
Okay.
So that would be, I have to 4 or better. I got a 5 on the die.
Oh boy!
Yeah, so you do, barely, but you do. The chair comes swinging up. He goes rippling. He actually falls out of the anti-gravity and goes skidding out across the floor. Absolutely. Anybody else?
There's both of the guards are they still like?
Yeah, the guards are still up. Yep.
All right, then I'm going to hit one of them with a concussive blast.
Okay.
And it's you release a beam of pure force that smashes into a creature, inflicting 5 points of damage and moving it back an immediate distance.
Okay. You need to roll a 6 or better.
Meanwhile, Lars is just like, wait a second, I thought we would have killed him. What's going on? And everybody's like, shooting stuff. No, I thought we were just going to grab the pin and run. Remember? Did we all forget? Okay, we all forgot. All right.
They tried to unleash monsters on a monster slayer. No, death.
Death. I also feel like I should mention all that Jericho is doing is standing in the middle of the room, and you know how in animes, how when like tiny girls get angry and there's just like red coming off
the lines.
Like she can't see it, but it's like, are there lines coming out? She's just like.
But how big are her eyes?
Oh, huge! But she doesn't know they are. She doesn't. She thinks she looks totally normal. She's just like, gross.
Is it the Sakura like shadow person? Back here?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
So yeah, did you make your attack roll, Harry?
Rolled a 17.
Yes, bonus point of damage. The guard goes flying out of the bubble, crashing into the ground. Nicely done. Kevin's gonna run over and go to grab the pin. You see him start to flip upside down, but as he does, he just sort of. You get the feeling he's prepared for this in some weird way. Like he knows
Kevin's a
how
hero.
to turn. Yeah,
Kevin
he flips
is the name
over down. He pulls the pin off, and he puts it on his lapel, through his shirt, and then he holds out his hand for somebody to come grab him.
I'll go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. When you guys pull down Kevin, you start to run out. You guys make your way to the edge of the facility. You can hear, as you're running out, you see a number of odd monstrosities that are, some of them are historically accurate. You see things that remind you of sort of dragons or chimera or different things along those lines. But then...
Historically accurate.
Yeah.
This history that we didn't even know existed.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Historically accurate.
Terrible.
You do find dinosaurs. There are also dinosaurs, and that looks like this is all the Jurassic Parking, but with fantasy things as well.
I just wanna like smash as many buttons and pipes and things that look important on the way out. I mean, I'm very familiar with accidentally doing this stuff in Doc's lab.
There you
just
go.
Want to
break it.
Try and rough some things up on the way out.
You guys do. It is chaos and mayhem. There may be a couple of guards trying to chase you down, but at this point, they have far bigger things that are loose and attempting to kill them. You make it to the edge of the forest, and Kevin has the pen. He goes, "Okay, here we go. Dungeon Masters decide
let's go.
where everything goes. So I decide there should be no more fog." And as he says it, it sort of begins to part and step, and he leads you guys out. And after about a couple of 100 feet, the fog sort of fades away behind you, you end up stepping out onto a road, not one that none of you particularly recognize, but you suddenly have cell service again. It's spotty, but before there was none. You guys are able to at least steal a phone or something. You think you are somewhere in the northeast. You're able to catch a bike hike or get to the nearest gas station, and on the way, Kevin tells you about this interesting world hidden away between things. How there are genes of ancient heroes and titans and magic that permeates the world, and doing their best to keep it secure and safe. And that part of that effort are those responsible for the Forgotten Lands and the Dungeon Masters. And that is where we are going to end our little dream sequence there. Thanks,
what
guys.
What a soft end. It's like a cute soft ending. I said, that's a little bit inspiring. That's kind of nice.
As we're all asking Kevin questions, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Kevin?
So I know...
Harry's just going to ask Kevin if he can be in his D&D game.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his Steam name? Like, what server does it play on WoW?
Yeah, well, he plays right here at Random Encounter Productions.
Kevin!
I love you guys. You guys are all Dungeon Masters in your own right. I believe you've all run your own games, and with the giveaway today, I enjoy modern fantasy, and I've always loved that original Ed Greenwood idea of the Forgotten Realms, and the Middle Marches is mentioned in some Michael Moorcock books, and the Fugo Awatu are bad guys from a defunct Spycraft D20 modern system called Dark Inheritance and Mythic Dreams. So it's just a lot of fun to pull a lot of fun things together. What did you guys think of the system, of the night? Please talk to me.
I still have all my D20 modern books.
Yeah, I was like, I'm surprised by how much I liked it. Like, to be honest, like, I've never done anything with a modern twist.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I love modern sci-fi, I love stuff like that, but I've never run a game, played a game that was modern. I was like, finding myself, like, I really love this. And then I remembered it was a one-shot, and I was like, damn! So and this system is very cool to play with. I love the simplistic, like, character design of it. It's kind of less intimidating in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think, to like dangle it in front of people's faces, like, come on, it's not like you have a specific set of skills.
Yeah.
And once you understand how to implement them, I don't know if you guys agree, like, I was like, this could be easy to introduce someone into an RPG setting for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think the Cypher was very interesting. I love the way you build characters. One of the things I have found is that it can be as light or as crunchy as you want it to be. It was crunchier than a rules light system. It wasn't quite as, like, because the other system I was thinking about for running this is Fate Core, and that's one of the things where you're like, I'm going to make up everything and write it down. And because I said it's weird, I'm just going to do it. And so that one's a little, but so this has a little more, we are still live. I like doing a little wrap up with people afterwards, especially on one-shot nights. We may bring this back. I think it is a fun setting. I like the inspirations of, like, Warehouse 13. I wanted to do the pin as the actual
Warehouse 13.
Yeah.
Whew.
I wanted it to be the quote unquote artifact. And I thought it was like a good introduction. And since we all play D&D so much, I thought it'd be cute to have a point of view character that we could all relate to.
I love it.
Kevin's the true hero of the story. I love him.
So Kevin, Kevin was a empathic explorer that played too many games. So he could read people and kind of read your thoughts and what was going on.
Cody, you described Kevin with a very specific height. What was that height?
5'5".
Cody, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6", 5'7". So
just curious.
I made it slightly different, but yeah, I was honestly just gonna be like, yeah, real short hair and goatee and red shirt, but
that's kind of where I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm not. I make no qualms about it. Kevin was quite inspired by me, but I did not have any of the skills to save the day. That was all up on you guys. I was just there for.
Well, we love you and we love Kevin.
Well, thank you.
I having played it's called Planescape Torment Tides of Numenera. That was my first introduction to the Cypher system. That was my only knowledge of it before now. I do like how simple it is. I also always loved the Cypher system for its consumables. As a DM, I love consumables. Yeah. It's a way of give your party extraordinary powers that won't be around forever.
Yeah.
So they can burn them and then they're gone. And I love the Cypher system. And so I really dig that.
I didn't want to do too many ciphers, but I wanted to make sure that Harry got a couple of magic things, and that
it's a one shot. I get it.
And the gravity flip was perfect. I
knew I had to use it. Come on, I don't want to use it. Yeah, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Weird science stuff. I had a tremendous time, guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me through everything tonight. We're gonna sign off. If you guys are interested in playing this more, stick around for just a couple of minutes. Then we'll say goodnight to everybody. So, stream at home, thank you for following us. Thank you for doing all of the social media and awesome things. We love you guys. We are going to see you next time. But until then, be cool.